Preston, what's up, man?
Hey,
I wasn't even sure if you were still going to be up. I just tossed the link in somewhere.
no, I'm working. That's why I don't have my cam on because I got a bunch of shit I got to do and things are a mess over here right now.
Well, oddly enough, I'm working too because we're live, by the way, just so you know. But I sent the link out to a few other people. We'll see if people actually show up. But
yeah, it's the late ones, I guess.
We'll see if people yeah. Oh goodness.
Oh look, there's a few people up. It's Odette. It's that guy, Darth Bobcat.
Yep. And I'm just putting out the link on Twitter. So there we go. Okay, cool. Yeah, I just said to myself, I'm like, I haven't thought of what I wanted the trading cards to look like yet.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I might as well toy around with it, see if I can figure something out. Because I thought about, like, back in the day, Marvel had, it was basically like Marvel cards, and they all had like a just like a template, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, why don't I do something similar?
You talking about the Masterpiece editions?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. For the relaunch of the Second Chance campaign. That's what you're talking about for Inglewood?
Yeah, I'm waiting for Brian to finish the new cover on that.
Yeah.
Which he just sent me the sketch. I'll bring that up real quick, actually. Where'd it go? There's also a new villain that we've been working on too. Not finished with him yet, but a lot of really cool stuff we've got planned for this. Because I was surprised at how many people wanted another chance to get Inglewood. I'm like, okay, I'm if people want to pay for it, I'm more than happy to provide, and I'll throw in some goodies too. So, all right, let's reorient the windows here. There we go.
Honestly, I never thought about doing a Second Chance campaign until your boy Zach threw one out there. And then I was like, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, exactly. And now we're both doing it. Because you got the Nine Devils plus, you basically threw everything into one.
Yeah, pretty much. Because he was going to do that at first with Pandemic. Mm-hmm. He was going to make, because he forgot to put it in demand. So he was just going to throw it in with another campaign. So when I launched Nine Devils, I was like, yeah, you know what? Why not? Why not throw it in one campaign? I don't think that's a bad idea. Yeah. And it turned out to be good. People seem to like it.
Yeah.
I just have to keep count on how much stock, how much I sell, because if I can't cover it in stock, then I got to refund a bunch of people. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's the cover?
This is the initial sketch. It's going to be pretty simple stuff. I mean, they're going to be in an alley, and we got to make Elijah a little bigger there. But what we're going to do with this one is this will be a fight in an alley, and then the book 2 cover for early next year, it's going to be Elijah walking out of the alley, and all these guys are going to be busted up. So,
oh, cool. That's cool. Yeah.
All right, and then this is the new villain we've been working on. He'll be debuting whenever we do book 3, because book 2 has been written for like 2 months now.
Yeah.
And the next one, I'm planning a huge story arc that'll probably be multiple campaigns that I'm calling City of Assassins, where it's basically several gangs vying for territory, And yeah, it gets crazy. No, Bobcat, Streamlabs is not on because I just went through StreamYards because I'm lazy today. But one thing that we're going to add
like
in
a
there.
Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow type of thing?
Sort of, yeah. A little bit of that, little bit of Ryu Hayabusa from Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah. Let's see here.
But his name is Tengu. I've always been fascinated with Japanese demons. And I'm like,
cool.
And then I saw this statue of a bird Tengu. And it was like one of the coolest things I'd ever seen. I'm like, why don't I do that? Why don't I make like a bird ninja? So.
Yeah, I dig his toes. His toes are pretty badass. Like,
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And he's got retractable claws that he can use offensively. He has talons basically on his gloves too, so that he can crawl up walls. He's kind of in some ways, a low-tech version of Elijah, but the difference is that where Elijah, all of his weapons are blunt, everything with Tengu's is bladed. So I'm very much looking forward to writing their clashes. And then we're going to include some of these business cards as well, just because they look cool.
Oh, cool.
At some point, I might have to actually buy the domain for Solomon's Temple and just link it to whatever my current campaign is.
You might want to do that now before somebody gets the idea of doing it before you do it. You know what I'm saying?
Fair point.
Even at least see if it's available now. You know where I'm going with that. Like,
yeah, I hear you. I wonder where Oliver's at with the colors. I was giving him shit when he was on Mandy's channel over the weekend. I'm like, Oliver, are you working? Giving him the same shit that I give Armand.
Yeah. Oliver's got a full plate. I think he's doing good, though.
Yeah. He's incredible at what he does.
Yeah. Looks like Hard Boiled did a take on Inglewood. Yeah.
Okay, so let's see what he says. Carter, first take on a review on Inglewood. Went on several tangents a bit, so I'll do another recording and post it soon. Day is full. Cool. I look forward to seeing it. Wondering if other people are going to pile in here too. I sent Optimus the link. And I sent it to Liam as well, but I don't know what he's doing. I know he was doing a Transformer stream earlier, and then I don't even know. They were just talking about I don't even remember what the subject was. It was something so obscure with Transformers, I didn't even know about it.
Yeah, you delve deep into Transformers history, it gets murky. Like, all the Autobots and Decepticons were actually they were all pre-created by a Japanese toy manufacturer. And I think Mattel or somebody was looking for a new toy to release in the States, and they said, well, we got these, they were like, let's call them Transformers because it will be much more friendly to the American audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where it all came from. Yeah.
But yeah, my whole problem is just that I didn't really get the chance to. I didn't really get into Transformers as a kid. I got into it, oddly enough, as a teenager. Because Transformers Armada was the big thing around the time I was like 12, 13, I think it was. It was like, 02, I would have been, I would have been 14 or 15, 16 back in 02. Shit. I remember that show being pretty kick-ass. I remember catching a little bit of Beast Wars when I was younger, but I didn't watch the whole thing until I was in college.
Beast Wars was okay. I wasn't a big fan of it, I guess. You know, like I don't know. There was some Transformer shit just never, like Headmasters and stuff like that. I just couldn't get into.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Beast Wars, just another one I could. I think it was the early 3D animation that threw me off from it. But the when they did Transformers Prime, like I really dug that. I thought that was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
The G1 series I grew up on. And,
Yeah. There's Liam.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I just finished up a big Transformer stream. If anyone
That's
likes Transformers, that's over there to look at for the next forever.
Nobody
But don't
cares
do this
about
stream.
your Transformers.
No one cares about Transformers. Oh, gee,
That's
what did I
literally
miss?
what we were talking about right as you came in.
Really?
No, I love
Okay,
Transformers. Yeah, Transformers is awesome, dude.
Yeah, awesome. Cool. We're going to do that a regular thing. We're going to go through all the Prime Masters. I'm going to do like a Transformer stream. Yeah, it'll be fun just to talk about that. So you guys can come and talk about that there at some point if you're interested.
Yeah. What'd y'all talk about? I mean, did you go in depth on the origin of Transformers, or was it?
Well, we talked about the first sort of arc of the show that we're going to do is going to be about the Prime Masters. Do you know what the Prime Masters are?
That's the original Transformers from the like what they were originally named back in
Sort
before they
of.
were Transformers.
Oh no. So basically, we're like, okay. So in the Power of the Primes toy line, they released this play function, which was your Prime Master, which was like this little minifigure, could combine with Rodimus is not a dump truck. Could combine with like any other figure that you got, and when they combined with them, they gave them a unique superpower.
Okay.
And so, of course, that meant, and because there was like 7 different figures and dozens and dozens of different deluxe figures, there's all of these crazy combinations and powers. So our first story, sort of our first show arc, is us going over each one of the characters and the different powers they can get, and just gossiping about who they are. And the first episode began with who the Prime Masters are, what each one of them is, and then we went through like, Starscream and Inferno and Outback and a couple of other guys, and Sludge from the Dinobots, So
I can love the Dino.
So it was fun. It was just fun, it was meant to go for an hour, but ended up going for hour 45. But
I was always a fan. Like the Dinobots was the shit. When they came out with the Dinobots, I was a fan. Like when they were the cars, and shit like that. But once they came out with the dinosaurs, I was like, that's it.
Yeah.
Sold. That was it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, man, for sure.
Then they did the Predacons, and I was like, dude.
Yeah. Oh, have you seen my have you seen Predaking yet? Like, no, have you seen that? I got him just yesterday or a few days ago.
Oh, you got one. Okay, is it a third party or is that?
No, he's actually Predaking. I'll go get him. I'll be right back.
Yeah, bring it on.
But another one that I liked, like I think the first combiner was Devastator. You know what I'm saying? And Devastator was just fucking awesome, dude. I owned that fucking thing like 3 times, and every goddamn time it either broke or it was just, it couldn't survive. You know what I'm saying? Or I lost it, like it got stolen or something like that. But they got a third party out now that's fucking insane.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to me just how in depth or how the wild world of Transformers toys. Like I never really expected it, and then I was talking late night with Liam and Joe Ball and a couple of other guys. No, I think it was just Liam and Joe Ball, and I was just like, "What the really? Like, how the heck is this a thing?" So,
and then like modern Transformers, they have like gay and trans Transformers.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about that because that's what makes my soul die. But you guys are in for I want the chat to be prepared, the chat to be ready.
Okay.
I took my suit off, guys, and I didn't know that I was going to be streaming. So I'm not in a suit. I'm in something else.
Uh-oh.
Dude, I'm in an At the Gates shirt. Do you think people are really going to care?
He's in a teddy.
I mean, I know that they're used to a certain standard of from me. I'm sorry, but you're not going to get it. I'm dressed like a filthy casual, guys. I'm dressed like a filthy casual. I'm very sorry, but I come with Predaking. So you can see that's how
that's
big he is.
badass.
Like,
Oh,
see,
wow.
That's not the original though, right?
No. This is the new Power of the Primes Predaking.
Yeah, that's the one where it's got a lot more movement. Is that right? Like
Oh, he's better in every single way. But
yeah,
here we go. 1 minute. Let me.
they got a
show
Devastator
you.
like that. The
Yeah,
Devastator's a lot
this
like
is
that.
the one that goes with my Devastator. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So that's how big.
badass, dude.
That's how big he is, right? Like he's huge.
Yeah.
Now,
Oh,
there's
that's
more.
badass.
Yeah, there's more Predaking here than there is Liam. But see how fucking. He's also bright orange.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking amazing, dude. God damn, how big is that motherfucker?
It's huge. It's big.
Like,
It's like that's my head.
2 feet? Jesus Christ, dude. That's
So it's about the
awesome.
size of one of Micah's hands.
Just about, yeah.
But yeah, so I've got to get a better camera set up, but that's what I'll have when I've got my whole studio. I'll be able to like show this stuff off properly. But,
We don't talk about IDW Phase 2.
yeah.
I actually
Wait for
don't.
IDW.
I don't know a whole lot about the IDW Transformers. I remember when Dreamwave was doing it. And that was like a must read back in the day, from what people told me. I never got around to it, sadly.
So our friend Changus, who's currently raging against IDW in the chat, brought up Transformers and said, "What would you do? What would you do?" It's like, I thought, well, I've thought about this before, but I don't have an artist that can draw giant robots. But I was wondering, just while we've got a chat here, if you guys were interested in seeing me fix Transformers or do Transformers better than Transformers has actually been done, would you buy it? Is it worth me investing money in and hunting for a new artist? Because I'm about to have a free window between books, and I've had currently like 2 days off, and I'm already starting to get like itchy. I don't know what to do with my life.
So you're trying to get like the IP?
No, I'll just make something that is better than Transformers about giant transforming robots that is legally distinct enough
Something like
that they can't do shit
GoBots.
about it. No, something better than GoBot.
Well, I was gonna say kind of like what Brian Shearer did with Gunship Thunder Punch.
Sort of, yeah.
GoBots was the poor man's Transformers.
Yeah, exactly. How many people would actually be interested in picking up a book about giant transforming robots, and the struggles of war?
That's interesting. I don't know.
No.
Like I know there's a lot of kaiju fans in here.
Yep.
I'm not sure about. I'm almost positive there's got to be a ton of Transformers fans too, right? I mean,
Do it.
like, but you got to realize right now. I mean, Micah's audience right, like at this very moment, at this time of night, isn't the biggest audience.
No.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just curious. I'm going to ask about a few other people because, like, you know me, I'm always looking for projects. I'm always itching to do things. And it's like, this is one of the things that I sort of wanted to do. I was like over here. I was like, that was one of the things that I'd like to toy around with. But I mean, I could do it. The difference is like, someone said, I'm not sure if I'm a writer or an artist. I am a former artist that is a writer. And I know what makes things work. Like I know the mechanics, like I know the story mechanics. I know why the machine runs. So it's very easy for me to rebuild a story machine, right? And just have it be different and have strengths or weaknesses that the other thing doesn't have. What are we looking at here?
Well, I'm working on like this template for a trading card. This is what I was originally gonna kind of do, but then I'm like, nah, this it was basically going to be this would have a background to it, character name, and then the logo of whatever comic it's from. This does not give enough space, so delete and delete.
When you're talking about a trading card, like you literally talking about the size of a business card.
Yeah, it's 2.5 or 2.5 by 3.5.
Yeah.
So what I'm thinking, maybe instead put sort of a simple border. Oh, come on. There we go. maybe put this either down here or and then just put line. Let's see if that looks good. But yeah, my whole thing when I was younger was Ninja Turtles. That was my jam. Ninja Turtles and regretfully Power Rangers.
Ooh.
That was actually what got me into martial arts at first, or at least like started my fascination with it.
I was never a Power Rangers fan.
Put your sleeveless comic logo back up in the top corner. Get it back up in that top corner where you had it. That looks too much like a cereal box card. Fuck that off.
Yeah, that looks weird. You can make sleeveless comics a lot bigger too, because it's going to be unprintable at that size almost.
Yeah, it'd be hard to see.
Yeah, you want it about the size of the. You want to sort of go have a look at the Marvel Ultra Flare cards from the 90s, if you remember.
Oh,
that.
I remember them. They were pretty simple stuff. Here's Oliver,
That's all
by
you
the
need.
way.
Delete
Oliver.
that, Micah. Delete it.
Pages or no sippy.
I'm flatting, man. Hold on. How's it
So I
going?
do it to Armand. I got to do it to you too. It's a thing with every colorist who works with me.
It's okay. I can take it. Don't worry.
How's it going, big guy?
Hey, what's up, Preston? The good Preston? The only Preston should.
Yes.
Yes.
Or as
and-
Brian Kriskow calls you, exit only Preston.
And it's Liam. What's up, man?
Yeah, I'm good, man. How are you doing?
Cool, man.
Orange
Good to
man
meet you.
bad.
I've got my new orange koala avatar. You know, painstakingly put
Oh,
together.
the Magwai orange.
That's an orange
Mogwai?
koala. Look at it. It's clearly an orange koala. I don't know what you're talking about.
Your avatar's too small, man. I can see it.
Oh, I see. So it's better than my face, though, I guess. How you been, Ollie? You been working? Your fingers bleeding?
Yeah, man. Working like a MFer.
Did you not swear because you're infantilizing me? Do you think I can't take it if you use a swear?
Working like a motherfucker.
That's right. Thank you. Treat me like a man. No, I'm
Oh, shit.
Freaking like a man.
All right, so let's actually pull up some of these Flair cards.
yeah.
Because, like, I think that part of my problem with it, because this is sort of what I was thinking at first. It's just right here.
Oh, okay. Well, copy it, man.
I don't know. I
Swipe
don't
it.
know. Because we got those, and then like let's reference them against some other
well, what was DC's
CG cards.
what was DC's equivalent of Ultra Flip? They would
I
have had
don't
to
even
have one.
remember.
I don't think I've ever seen it. So, like, what did they have instead?
Well, let's look around on the internet and see what we find.
Because that's something interesting. If anyone remembers in the chat, please let us know. I honestly, for the life of me, don't recall ever seeing one.
I wasn't even like I didn't care about DC Comics in the 90s. Like,
Yeah, neither did I.
Marvel was huge.
Yeah,
Spider-Man was big. X-Men was like gigantic. Isn't X-Men #1 still the most like top-selling comic book of all time?
10 million, no?
Yeah, 10
Yeah.
million or so. And that's just on the first printing.
Yeah, I was big into Marvel trading cards back then.
yeah. I mean, everyone was, right? Even kids that weren't even really into into Marvel and stuff. You know what I mean? We're getting
Dude,
those
I
cards.
lost my mind when I was talking to Art and Ethan one night, and I'm like, Art, did you ink any
So that's
of
what
those
happened.
trading cards from back in the day? He's like, oh yeah, I did. I think it was like Magneto and Rogue, which were the two I had that were like my prized possessions. And I was like, holy shit, I'm talking to the guy who did it. Ah!
Was that from Series 3?
Yeah, it was Series 3.
Yeah, that's the one I started with, and those cards were awesome.
So apparently they had
I never got into the
legends.
trading cards. I was never a big fan of them.
Shut up.
What's wrong
Shut
with you, man?
Get out of here. What are you
But,
doing?
I
Shun
started
him.
doing trading cards too, for not
Cancel.
for Marvel.
Cancel Preston.
I knew a couple of people that did. I did them for Star Wars and The Walking Dead and Rick and Morty.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at it. Look at it. These, I really don't like them. I really don't like the background here is kind of ugly. Like,
Well, Marvel put a lot more into their trading cards, though. They actually had like
Yeah.
artists.
oh, that's true.
I mean,
like this,
painters and shit like that.
Yeah,
coming
this-
in.
this
this
looks very
Amazing Man
basic.
looks like garbage. Like all that green clashing with the purple, just bleh. No.
Now,
no
admittedly,
bueno.
these probably look a little bit better in the foil that we would see them in when you hold them in your hand. They probably scan really badly, but yeah, their design isn't good. I don't like the big names above the head.
Yeah, it's just not. It just
What else do they
clashes too
got?
much.
Yeah, what else have they got?
I'm looking for ones that look like it would have been around that time period. Here's Holocaust. Again, like
What a
just the design.
controversial name. How dare they?
Oh, Marvel had a Holocaust too. He
How
was
dare
from-
Marvel have a Holocaust too?
He was not Days of Future Past. I'm trying to remember the timeline. Age of Apocalypse. He was an Age
If you
of
ask
Apocalypse
me,
villain.
if you ask me, and it sounds like Holocaust comes out of 2020 Marvel because that's what they're going through right now. So
Here's the ones from the 80s.
Dang.
That's brutal.
Earth's Mightiest Villains. Okay. that had to be a dig. Here's some.
random assorted ones. Try the Image ones. Let's have a look at what they were doing over at Image because DC seems to have shit the bed. Marvel seems to be winning.
Well, Marvel was during the time of the great like X-Men and Spider-Man storylines. I don't even remember what was going on at DC up until the death of Superman.
Mhm.
You know, I mean, granted, that was also the time that Deathstroke was running, and I read that in college. And Marv Wolfman's Deathstroke run's incredible. Real quick, what's the chat saying? Angry Green Boss says he never got the appeal of trading cards. Sean Cullen agrees. Robin Castor, on the hand, is anyone else unironically nostalgic for 90s foil covers? Yeah, the whatchamacallits, the Unforgettable Tales that I just got from Ethan, have foil covers. Let me grab those real quick.
I got
I think that's a big part of the reason that he's doing so well as well. Like he's got they look like really special things. So Angry
I'm
Green
gonna
Boss-
embiggen real quick.
Yeah,
The only
Angry
foil
Green
cover-
Boss and Scene. Could you just let me know roughly your age
Oh, that's pretty
demographic?
badass, dude.
Yeah, I love them.
Dude, I
The
like
only
it.
thing that I didn't like about these is he went with like 100-pound paper.
Oh,
Like,
it's very thick.
That's heavy. I don't
Yeah.
like
It's a
Yeah.
thick as fuck book,
Yeah.
but it's only 22 pages.
Is
It
it,
might-
is it,
it might-
is it stapled or perfect?
Yeah, it's a
round?
staple too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, wait.
Turn it
every
around so
page
that I can
is on
see
a
the
page?
page thickness from the other side, will you? Like the actual, yeah.
Yeah, look how thick that is.
when you
And
open
that's
it up,
pages.
does it open to the middle of the book?
Yep.
It
Wait,
sucks.
the story pages are 100 pounds?
Yeah, it's 100-pound paper on the interiors.
Holy shit, dude.
It's like I know that he wanted to get away from the fluting, but this is a little overkill.
Well, that's what Xenotype is.
He was-
Se- 70 is kind of the sweet spot, in my opinion, because it's thick enough, especially if you go 70-pound gloss. It's thick enough where it's resistant, you know,
Mhm.
but it's not too thick, you know, because that's what I printed Inglewood on, and everybody loved the quality of Inglewood.
I don't
And I think that 70-pound is what Wenger did on whatchamacallit. Yeah, because Vinny did 100 on City of Venus, and I thought City of Venus was a little thick too.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
An Angry Green Boss says, I'm an adult, Liam. I knew that, man. I knew that. I wasn't saying, like, can I get your age demographics? It's like I was talking down to you. I wanted to know, like, were you a kid in the 90s? Were you a kid in the 80s? Like, where were you a kid? Because I'm curious to know how much of the trading card thing was entirely fad. Because when I look at it, I think that trading cards are probably the most appealing, like, bonus or extra you can throw into a campaign other than a poster. But you can't throw multiple posters, but you can throw multiple trading cards. But if a lot of people don't like them, if it's just my bias, I'd like to know.
So what do you think about sketch cards?
They're great, but they're sort of more like mini. Like I'd rather just have like an actual picture by the artist. You know what I mean?
So you'd rather have like a trading card rather than a sketch card?
Yeah, myself personally, but I would rather have like a nice big original sketch to hang on my wall than a trading card. But obviously, you know.
No, I'm it's more of a like I'm trying to get feedback more than anything else to kind of see how people think.
I like sets. Yeah. I like uniformity. I think Ethan is doing it really well. I'm not kissing his ass. Like I think the idea of having like you have this binder and you have promotional cards that you release in different books that you got, and people can collect a whole set of cards. And then you look at the back of the cards and they either have data files or they maybe all form like a bigger picture if you put them together in a stack.
Shooter actually started that when he did Warriors of Plasm, because he was trying to find a way to launch a company in the midst of a collapse. And he did it. He launched I can't remember the actual name of the company, but their title book was Warriors of Plasm, and the way that you got Warriors of Plasm Zero was through trading cards, because the whole first the zero issue was all trading cards.
That's
that's fucking cool.
Yeah, but yeah. Here's what Todd did in Spawn. I really like this design, honestly.
So you've got your black flame, you got your black frame, you've got your logo, and then the little head down in the bottom left corner.
And then this would be actually really cool to do with sleeveless, because I could put the Sleeveless Comics logo down here, and then the logo of whatever comic it is, and then flare it with the color of the Sleeveless Comics logo.
You're not going to be able to sleeveless down in that bottom corner, because the size of that head is tiny, and that head works because it's about 3 different shades of color, whereas you've got letters and the small image. So it'll be.
You should put the Sleeveless Comics logo off panel.
Just get rid of it.
No, I mean it's kind of cool.
No, that's not a bad idea actually, because I could always put it on the back.
You can put it on the back, yeah.
Yeah, because it's a front and back thing. Do you
have something like where it doesn't say Sleeveless Comics, and it's more of like, you see how Spawn has that little circle with the Spawn eyes in it?
Yeah.
And then it's got the title. So you would put like Englewood as the title.
Well, yeah, let's play around with that. So let's pull this real quick.
Because, I mean, the Sleeveless Comics logo is good. It's just very detailed. So when it gets really small, I've got the same problem with my Conquest logo, which is why I think I'm going to need to redesign it. Because when it gets small, it's indistinguishable because it's too much detail in it.
Yeah. So let's play around a little bit. So let's go Englewood here. I'm going to pull the logo real quick, and then we'll grab our good friend the Saint too. Because we're going to do a trading card for. I'll keep that logo there.
Yeah, see, these logos are fucking beautiful. That's something that you've done me on. Your logos are way better than mine.
Well, you need to contact Bob Stone. Bob Stone is the master of logos. And just tell him I sent you.
What's your logo, Leon? Can I see it?
Yeah, sure. I can probably find it. I can let Micah do his thing, and I'll do a bit of it.
I don't think I've seen your logo.
Let me grab. We'll just do Elijah. And then I'm going to show you guys what I don't want to do. And we're going to pick on Ethan a little bit, actually.
Uh-oh. I'm being mean.
I'm going to be mean. But I'm going to use him as an example of what I don't like.
He's going to be mean.
Yes. Well, Ethan's still mad at me anyway. So
why?
I don't fucking know.
What'd you do, Micah?
I kind of know. I just don't know if I should say anything.
It's probably over the war campaign shit. But so this is
it's because you're gay.
Whoa. I can't help who I love. But
you gave him those eyes, and
yeah, this is Ethan's. This is the most recent one I got with Unforgettable Tales, and this is just a reprint of the cover. Which it's a beautiful looking cover.
I mean,
but
cool,
there's not much to it aside from just the image and then the little logo.
It doesn't seem special if you got full bleed.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Because on the back, it looks really cool.
Yeah.
You need some type of frame on it.
You need a frame. Exactly.
By the way, he could have used the frame that he uses on the back.
Yeah.
And it would have looked really cool. Just miniaturize it a little bit. Have the Cyberfrog logo somewhere down here. but instead he's just got his signature. I'm like, fuck that, cover it up. Like,
Nah, I don't dig that. Like, and I think Cyberfrog needs to be bigger. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Like
something like that.
logo. Like
because let me show you what I'm
Yeah.
thinking now that we've mentioned that.
Ethan
So-
likes to reuse artwork. No, that's his thing.
Well, it's all about selling old rope. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's how you
So
keep the money
let's-
rolling in.
That's why I'm excited for the trading card set because different images, different artwork from other artists.
So,
Yeah, see,
Oliver,
framing
Undead
that in
Border.
black- framing that in black really helps actually bring out the sky and everything.
I like
That's
that. Yeah, that's badass. Yeah.
Yep, I need to grab.
Is
maybe
Undead Border yours, or is that?
That's our how can you say?
Is it for or is it the whole
team book.
studio?
Yeah, we it's a studio book.
Okay,
We
but
all
that's
work
not
on
your IP.
Yeah, you could say that it's something we created between me and my brother, Pancho.
Is that the one you were originally pushing? Like,
Yeah, that's the campaign where we just launched.
Yeah,
no,
we'll have a
no.
look at
I'm
that
saying
here in a
because there
sec.
was something else that you were pushing a while back, and I don't know.
Oh, you mean Zombie Kid?
Yeah, that's it. Zombie
Yeah, that's all mine.
All right, so that's the same thing as Undead Border, or is that?
No, it's a whole different story.
I like it pushed to the side right there. Yeah,
Cool.
that looks badass. All right, guys, I gotta head out. I still got a ton of work to do tonight. I'll talk to everybody later.
All right, man. Can't wait to see the next pages, dude.
Cool, man.
Talk to y'all later.
Take care,
I'll see you,
dude.
brother.
Take care, dude. Don't miss me too much, and it'll be hard.
I will not. I'll talk to you later. Definitely.
Later, buddy.
Oh no! Damn it! I
I
didn't mean to do that, Oliver. Okay,
I think
here's the Conquest
there's-
Comics logo.
There's my Conquest logo. It's got three rabbit themed cryptids on it.
Oh, okay.
The I
That's
put that
that's
this was
very
before
detailed.
this was before the great rabbit wars occurred, and it actually had nothing to do with them. But I just thought, hey, I like cryptids, I like rabbits. You know, they've got these. You've got the jackalope, the alzamats, and the wattletinger. I think they're called, or wattatinga.
Yeah.
I thought each one represents, like a different aspect of well, how do I? No, I don't want to. I'll just let it be. Yeah, but I'm thinking I'll probably change that for in the future. Maybe just turn it into like the word conquest, where the T's a sword. You know,
Something like that, yeah. Because like the fucking jackalope doesn't really do it.
Yeah, exactly.
I ain't gonna lie. Like
It's too
that doesn't
easy.
say conquest. That go if it was called like Weird Comics, then I think that it would work a little bit better.
Exactly. Yeah, for sure.
or just use one of the cryptids and conquest. No? Like eliminate too many.
Well,
Let's-
originally, when I'd originally drawn it, like this is one of those instances of Odie doing too much. Because when I originally drew it up, I just drew them in silhouettes. So there was just 3 different silhouettes, and they were just like black with white eyes, you know, and they were gathered together like a group of 3, like almost like a sort of like a Cerberus almost.
Uh-huh.
And I thought, that looks sort of cool. And he's like, I was like, can you do that? And he's like, yeah. And then he drew this. He did this whole. He sort of brought me this whole painting. He's like, here you go. And I was like, whoa.
Okay.
Not what I was expecting. I'm not sure how this is going to shrink down,
I
but
think your idea was better, no? The silhouettes.
yeah, because when you shrink it down, but I mean, it is what it is. I don't want it to be like I'm ungrateful for his work, you know.
Mhm.
So
But you are grateful.
no, I'm totally grateful. You know, what I mean? I think that, but you know, things change. It's not like people are going to see that and be like, oh, that's it forever. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Call it a
I think that
placeholder.
having that Englewood down in the corner, Micah, is a good move. That works. You do that. You do like your 3 nights there. I really would suggest trying to find a way to put the character's name or what the card's title or theme is on the front, like they did with the sort of like, so that it's not just, so it doesn't just say Englewood,
Right.
like. But see, that looks good, right? That looks good.
It's a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
That way I can size them properly. I feel like I need to put a border in here though, like aside from just that, because it looks a little plain.
Yeah,
so,
it does.
blah, blah, blah,
Maybe
blah.
you could put like no, you want that on you want your numbers on the back, so
Yep. Yeah.
the same to fists.
Let's inverse this. Let's shrink it down a little bit. Actually, wait now. Let's actually do this. Modify, expand. And take it up about, say, 8 pixels.
Did you offer a card in your Inglewood?
We're going to for the second chance campaign.
Oh, okay.
So, I figured it would be a nice little bonus to do. Like, we're gonna actually do stretch goals, oddly enough, on it, but it's all small. Like it's like 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000.
Oh, okay.
So like if we hit $2,000, we're gonna do a trading card in every package. If we hit 3, it's gonna be those business cards. I don't remember what 4 is, but 5 we're gonna do crossover prints.
Oh,
I'm just in the process of setting everything up. I've got 1.5 confirmed. I think that's a good way to put it. Because we're waiting for Odie to come back from vacation.
He is back.
Running. He is back. Okay.
But he broke his foot.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so he's currently laid up healing that. But we'll hear from him today. He got back last night. And he's like,
you can still draw.
He says, Liam, look, I'm drawing. I said, well, you're back home. He says, no, I'm at the hospital. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, Odie. What have you done? What have you done now?
Ooh, I actually kind of like the look of that.
Yeah, works, pops it out a bit.
Yeah.
You got to think about whether you're going to use that same color uniform with every single card.
No, definitely not. I want to do it different color, different card.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Well, like have all the heroes in blue and the villains in red, or just
because this shade of blue just works really well with
the lighting.
Yeah, exactly. Especially the lightning. Yeah. So that will be that'll be a nice little thing. What's the chat saying? Blah 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 blah. Jack Stafford says, "Praise Mickey." Oddly enough, that is one of my nicknames. Praise Citrus. So I'm assuming that's Liam.
Would it be anyone else?
Very true. Jeff Johns, one of the best writers from DC 2000 to 2018. Well, was he in DC at 2000? I thought he was at Marvel. Because a lot of people don't know this. John started at Marvel. He left that company around the same time Ethan did, if I recall correctly. But the thing is that Johns was writing the Avengers.
Oh, okay. And
he wrote one of my favorite Avengers stories ever. It's called Red Zone.
Right.
It's his writing, and then it's not Olivier Cloypel that did the art. I can't remember who it is. I'm going to look it up. It might be Finch. I could be wrong about that. Blah 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 blah.
It's not a mouse.
Yeah, it was Olivier Cloypel. But yeah, Jeff Johns wrote that story, and it's great. His Red Skull, really, really goddamn good.
Why?
What's that?
Why? You said his Red Skull is really damn good?
Because he actually plays it like a fucking Nazi.
Cool.
too many writers don't pull that trigger, in my opinion. If you're gonna write the fucking Red Skull, don't play around. Don't try to make him modern politics. Make him a goddamn fucking Nazi. Full on SS. This is the kind of guy that would throw a Jew in an oven. Play him like that. Jesus Christ.
Nice.
So, let's see here. Micah is not a mouse. He is a majestic Russian bear.
Yeah, that's
fair enough.
Yeah.
Hardboiled has an interesting take on things. He says Ray Fisher plays Cyborg in the DCEU films. Jeff Johns is a good writer, but a terrible leader with movies. imposed the Justice League reshoots or Comics New 52. It's an interesting perspective. I do think that, yeah, some questionable decisions were made at DC when Johns wasn't really putting like pen to paper. It was more he was putting or making more executive decisions, and I wonder if that's just not his forte. I don't know. I'd have to talk to Ethan about that because he'd obviously know better than any of us. So. But yeah, my whole thing with the Red Skull is just, you've got to really play him like that. Like the way he talked to T'Challa was exactly what a Nazi would say to an African prince. He treated him like a dog, So, and then T'Challa beat the piss out of him.
I don't suppose you've got it there, do you? Because I'm not familiar with the scene, and I wouldn't mind seeing.
Yeah, give me a sec.
Yeah,
I have it digital.
Yeah, this is fun. Sorry, I know we're getting off topic, but Red Skull's kind of like, he's a major villain. So when he's done well, I want to know about that. Like,
I'm surprised you didn't know about this arc.
I probably do, and as soon as I see a bit of the art, it'll all come flooding back to me. But I compartmentalize so much in my noggin. You know what I mean? Like, I forget everything.
Yeah. Let me
It's in there. I just have to go like down these long winding roads to get back to fucking memories.
God, I have a good amount of Avengers stuff. But yeah, on Comixology, they have a complete Jeff Johns. It might be available as a trade somewhere. I don't know. But let me pull it up here.
Ollie, you're awful quiet. You better be coloring. You better not be doing something else.
Fatting, guys.
Okay, so let me browse pages here. But so the premise on this one is that a biological weapon is released. And there had been this big thing leading up to this point in Avengers and other books where the then Secretary of State, I think it was, or Secretary of Defense, was a bit of a cunt. Mm-hmm. So the big reveal is that it was the Secretary of Defense who had created this particular weapon, and it was basically a weapon for ethnic cleansing.
Oh, Jesus.
And that's when they reveal that the guy behind it is really the Red Skull.
That is cool. I don't think I have actually read this. The cover is
too far.
The cover does not spark any memories, you know what I mean? And I think I would remember a plot like that, because that's a pretty cool plot, the idea that, he's trying to, like, purge all people of color and shit. Like, that's the sort of evil.
I love the spread right here.
I wish the colors were different on it, but fuck, it looks good.
Well, you gotta keep in mind, this was 2000. This is 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've drawn him in the sunset because they wanted to make it symbolic. But I just imagine that same image, but in his blues, like you've got there, mm-hmm. Like it'd be iconic. The whole,
like the art on this though flows so well. Olivier's really, really good. I wish he did more stuff, but Marvel doesn't want to pay him what he's worth, I think. The inks are really good too. Let me get to the point where T'Challa comes in though.
Yeah.
Here's Tony and T'Challa. This is when Tony, like Iron Man, was very much not a big thing. Like he had like in the early 90s, you had Demon in a Bottle, or late 80s, early 90s, you had Demon in a Bottle, Armor Wars, when David Michelinie was working on the book. And then after Michelinie left, I don't remember who wrote him afterwards, but that was around the time that the animated series was a big deal. And he had the what was the armor after the Silver Centurion? The modular armor, which is badass. But this was around the time that like Iron Man comics were really weird and didn't really sell that well. So
that was how it was for the longest time. Iron Man was always this B-list, back row Marvel character that was sort of always in the Avengers, but he was kind of like just this minor character, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
this is a beautiful.
That's cover. A beautiful cover, and I think I have read that one. That one.
Yeah,
looks-
Wanda's awesome. She's one of my favorite Avengers. Hey, Warbird.
You got Warbird,
Remember when
you got
Carol
Carol
Danvers was likable?
Yeah, remember when she was cool and shit? Yeah, and had wasn't this perfect fucking Mary Sue princess? Yeah.
Yeah, this page right here is just incredible looking. I love the dialogue too. Just Carol's like, "Oh shit, what have we gotten ourselves into? I will hold it until order returns." Boom. Okay, so let's actually have a look at the dialogue.
Yeah,
here.
zoom in.
Yeah, let's explore this.
He goes, Black Panther, I will brand your people as traitors to America. They will be hunted, arrested, imprisoned while we bomb your country back to the Stone Age.
Holy shit.
He's fucking evil. The art is so good, though. We'll go panel by panel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool. So who drew the best Red Skull in Marvel history?
That's hard to say. I really like the way Olivier does him here. I'd have to line up a bunch of them and kind of figure it out. Or who, I don't remember. Who was doing Brubaker's cap at first? Was that Deodato Jr.?
Oh, man.
But,
Forget. But that's a cool panel, though.
oh, yeah. I'm looking for when he starts getting really, really nasty with what he's saying to him. Here it is. The animal continues to fight. Your teammates are dying, subhuman.
Oh wow, yeah. He's like
He gets super fucking racist. It's like, yes, he doesn't think that anybody who isn't the Aryan race is human. Why would he talk to them like they are? And you will be blamed for it. You will go down in history as the man who attacked America, who betrayed the Avengers. It all fits nicely together. Again, thanks to Mr. Gyrick, I have the reports on your activities with the Avengers. The first time you joined them, you did so only to spy on Earth's mightiest heroes. You have always had an agenda. I almost admire that. This is actually referencing Priest's Black Panther. Because he actually reveals that he joined the Avengers originally just to spy on them, and then later on they became his friends. So, let's see here. Yeah. But yeah, the whole thing is that he was going to plant evidence and say it was Wakanda that actually unleashed it, and then Africa will be the first continent to be cleansed by my new America.
Oh shit!
I love what happens next. Like just the setup here. Have you nothing to say, animal?
Oh damn!
Yes. Crack.
No shit.
I'm going to break your jaw. I fucking love T'Challa. He's such a cool. This is what gets me up. It's like just because the social justice warriors praise Black Panther, like you guys have no fucking clue. Panther has always been awesome. He's always been an awesome character. Just because Ta-Nehisi Coates is fucking him up doesn't mean he's not awesome. He can be incredibly awesome.
Yeah, I was always a big fan of Black Panther before anyone even like people would go, "Oh, who's your favorite character?" Oh, Spider-Man. I was like, "Yeah, I love Spider-Man. I love Black Panther," and everyone would go, "Who? Who?"
Yeah, exactly.
You mean Black Cat? And I'd be no, Black Panther.
No, Black Panther.
You know? Like, he's a cool character, you know.
Yeah, I was introduced to him through an animated series back in the 90s. It was the Fantastic Four animated series where they recreate the arc that Stan and Jack introduced him in, where he kidnapped the Fantastic Four, dude, and managed to almost outsmart them.
Guess who voiced him? My friend, his uncle, who was in America and may have worked in comics, had this big thing underneath his under his stairs, like this. You'd go into this secret room, you go down into like this area, and there was just this massive like thing of comics, and they were random. I first discovered Black Panther when we were organizing his comics, and I read that entire original Fantastic Four arc, like, because he had all those copies of it, like, in this huge archive of stuff. I was like, this guy's really cool. This is interesting. And I fell in love with him. So I've liked Black Panther for, like, since I was probably about, like, 11, like, maybe 10. But, yeah, he's a cool character, and I hate when they they depict him poorly because I felt like everything he said and did had a certain level of integrity and strength to it that you rarely see, you know. But a lot of people just want to say, "Oh, he's Batman, but he's black." I'm like, no, not really, no.
Not even close.
Yeah.
So Ultimate Agent, because he likes to be wrong, is wrong here, and Doctor Doom is not as cool as Thanos, just so you know. He says he wasn't awesome in his own film. So beating the piss out of an entire army, including a rhinoceros, and the speech he delivers to Killmonger as he's walking up to him, I'm sorry. He was pretty fucking awesome in that movie. A lot of people don't like it because the social justice crowd praised it because it was a black guy. People are allowed to like things that you like. Don't not enjoy something just because somebody else that you don't like enjoys it.
Exactly.
The main thing for me was I felt like the Black Panther in the movie was not as intelligent as T'Challa that I know from the comics. I feel like whenever I read about T'Challa, I always think of him like there's Reed, and then there's Doom, and then there's T'Challa, and then there's Tony. So I see him as a very cerebral character. Like he's a very clever guy. He's a scientist.
Right. I think that the thing about that story though is the whole time he's off his game because of what's going on. Because if you think about it, from the start, he's got to take over his country.
Yeah.
The Rhino Farm was nonsensical. Ultimate Agent, all this tells me is you've never read Black Panther. It's comic books. You worship a character that's in armor and knows spells. And a rhino farm is getting you.
Hey, if we had rhino farms, they might not be going extinct. Just saying.
I'm sorry. Like, you've got to be kidding me. T'Challa is awesome. Like that the nation of Wakanda is one of the most unique concepts in comic books ever. And T'Challa himself is a very unique leader. But yeah, in the movie,
I don't even give a fuck about
he's got to find revenge for his father.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, here comes this cousin that is the basically the biggest example of his father's failures, who is just as good as he is in combat and just completely takes him off guard. Like the whole time that T'Challa is just off his game because he's not able to focus on anything. I think that in the Avengers films, in Civil War and Infinity War, we got to see more of that cerebral T'Challa, that leader, that king, T'Challa. And I hope that in the next movie we get to see more of that.
Yeah.
I'm referring to the film, not the comics. No. Ultimate Agent, you don't understand. That's from the comics. T'Challa has literally wrestled rhinos to the ground. And they actually use rhinos as mounts in Wakanda.
I like
You need to read the Priest books. Like Wakanda's insane. And yet it's incredibly awesome.
I like Wakanda as a nation. And it's not even about the vibranium. Everyone's, vibranium. But the idea of this isolated African society that was able to avoid the sort of cataclysms that sent everyone back in time technologically. And just sort of, that's very interesting to me.
No one cares, Liam.
Again, Ultimate Agent, you need to read the books. T'Chaka's secret made all of the sense because that's what T'Chaka did. T'Chaka was not the same kind of leader as his son. T'Chaka had a lot of secrets. And to be honest with you, T'Chaka was a pretty good father, a shitty king.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you need to look up who the actual White Wolf is in the comics. Hunter, who is actually T'Challa's older older adoptive brother.
Mm-hmm.
Hunter's a motherfucker. He's basically like, during T'Chaka's reign, Wakanda basically had an SS. T'Chaka was a dick. Good dad, shitty ruler. Like, it's really, really weird.
Well, and that was the thing too. Like it was not an unrealistic utopia. It was kind of like there was flaws and problems even within it then, you know. But it was just this isolated, sort of almost magical kingdom that was just untouched, unblemished by everything. You know, the heart of Mother Africa. You know, and find that interesting. But of course, they'll call me a racist now. You know, like I go, oh yeah, I really like Black Panther and stuff, and people look at me funny. It's like kind of like, oh. Come on, dude. Like, I just like Black Panther, you know? Like,
yep. Here's another thing. Changus brings in, I love how MCU Wakanda is literally surrounded by third world tribes, literally right at their doorsteps and does nothing to help them. That's actually explored. I'll be right back. Optimus, Liam, hold the chat for me.
All right.
Sure. How you doing, Optimus? We were talking about how you were wrong earlier today.
I was wrong?
Yeah, about the dump truck thing. Yeah.
I'm not claiming I'm wrong.
We've got a go back and watch it if you get the time. We've got a 1 hour 45-minute stream where we go over a bunch of the Prime Masters.
Yeah, we're all gonna learn today.
And we're having fun. And then halfway through, Rodimus came up, and it turned out that everyone in the chat was a big supporter. And there was a big. Everyone was like, "No, Optimus was wrong." Yeah.
No, I don't think I'm wrong. I'm still right.
Yeah, we'll have you on. We'll have you on, and we'll continue the great Optimus War, Rodimus War.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hold in my hand part 1 of the best Black Panther comic fucking ever.
No, that's a big claim, but
no, this is the Priest. This is Priest work. Nobody's done Panther like Priest.
Is that Marvel Knights?
Yeah, this is the Marvel Knights collection. By the way, the last 12 issues of Priest Panther run, guess who the artist was? Dan Fraga.
Oh,
cool.
I don't have all of them yet, but I'm going to get them. But allow me to show you guys something that's very special.
Like, give a camera.
Better not be your junk, Micah.
Oh, to Micah.
Oh wow, that's right.
That's Christopher Priest's signature.
Nice. That was an awesome cover too. Holy shit, I remember that cover.
Dude. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
But the we're going by the film, not the comics. Ultimate Agent, you're not paying attention. Get Dr. Doom out of your brain.
Who is Weir? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, who's
Yeah.
the Weir in this situation?
Yeah.
Like, because that's a comic book panel right there.
Exactly. We've been talking comic, but here's the thing: there's not many differences between Wakanda in the films and Wakanda in the comics. It's actually it's almost 1-1. They're very similar to one another.
No, yeah, you're right, because they showed you the outside of it, and then you go deeper in, and then there's the underground. Yeah, it's pretty.
Got the
I can't argue with you. Unfortunately, I tried, guys, but Michael's right.
The female captain of the guards and stuff like that. That's real. Yeah.
Somebody brought up the border stuff. So this is what happens afterwards, because this is actually something that Priest examines, because Wakanda branching out into the rest of the world is something from the comic books by the writer who took Panther before Priest did.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on a second, Micah. Guys, can you hear that? I've got like 100 kookaburras laughing outside. Can you hear that?
No,
I don't hear that.
But this is something he examined. Like this or by my ring finger here, this was him having to deal with a border incursion because they were taking in refugees. And this guy down here, the villain on the bottom by my pinky, that's Achebe, basically his Joker. And he got into Wakanda and almost took it over because of those things. So that's the one thing that Priest really examined really well, was the idea of the burden of leadership and what you might have to do and trying to deal with these other third world countries coming into a much more civilized nation. And lo and behold, what did T'Challa do? He built a wall.
Mm-hmm.
So T'Challa is the original Trump. He is Black Trump. And that's the one thing I found most ironic about him becoming now one of the most popular superheroes in the world.
Yeah,
he's basically Black Donald Trump.
He is a nationalist.
He is a Wakandan nationalist.
Yep.
Yeah.
He believes, and he is a Wakandan exceptionalist too. he and Cap get into arguments in the comics about which nation is better, the United States or Wakanda. Very friendly banter, because his relationship with Captain America is pretty awesome. Even when T'Challa dropped that bomb that he used to spy on the Avengers, Cap stuck with him as a friend.
Mm-hmm.
So
we're going to make the tribes pay for the wall.
Ultimate Agent is wrong again, because that's what he does. So I'm going to pick on him all night tonight. No, it wasn't. It's what again. It's a traditionalistic society.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they maintain the kingship. The king of Wakanda must not just be of the royal line. He must be the strongest warrior in the land to don the mantle of the Black Panther, because that strength is what allows him to survive in taking the heart-shaped herb. It will kill a weaker man.
That's why in the comics, when Shuri tried to take the mantle and went to the Panther Spirit, the Panther Spirit basically told her to fuck off.
Yeah, Shuri has never taken the heart-shaped herb.
Yep. The only reason she was the Black Panther was because she put on a costume.
Yeah, old boy here was in a coma when it happened.
Yeah.
And by the way, she outsmarted Dr. Doom.
Yes, she did.
Because Dr. Doom ain't that great.
Here we
or was
go
it just
again.
a Doom bot? Was it a Doom bot, or did
No,
she
it was
outsmart
Doom. It was Doom.
What happened with that? How'd she do that? I'm gonna
It-
go to the
She
Doom
just
corner.
it was at one part of Doom War. She actually outsmarts him somehow. I don't remember how much it was, but Doom did not look good in Doom War. He did not. But anyway, back to Panther versus Red Skull. This is also probably my favorite Panther costume too, the one with the cape, which is it's the same one on the front here. So I want them to bring that back for the movies. He just looks so fucking cool. Shuri is a Mary Sue. Again, Ultimate Agent really likes to be wrong. You need to read Hickman's Avengers.
Can I take this one?
Yes.
I literally just said that Shuri was told by the Panther Spirit to fuck off, meaning you don't get the Panther power. You don't get to be cool.
Yeah.
You literally, like, I'm telling you, your brother is still the Black Panther. Go away.
Yeah, exactly.
And afterwards, I believe that run, I think it was due to popularity. I'm talking about the original run, not whatever happened afterwards. That got canceled because of that. Because people just didn't buy it. It's like, I think because it was right after the wedding with him and Storm.
Yep.
And then he went into the coma, and then she thought that she could be the ruler.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, and even the Panther Spirit was like, no, not how it works.
That story with him marrying Aurora was absolutely fucking amazing and beautiful. It was in the Storm miniseries too. You read that 6-part thing. They never should have undone that, and they never should have fucked that up. They should have really leaned into that and let that be the new continuity going forward, because I really liked that dynamic and I liked their romance. Hashtag no homo.
And I will say, and I'm going to agree with Ultimate Agent on this one.
I'm not, because how'd she do against Killmonger?
Well, no. I mean, I'm just saying that, like, she was too smart for her own good. Like, she's telling, like, Banner and people like that, how much smarter she is and stuff like that.
Well, to be fair,
it's
there's only one engineer in the MCU that's smarter than her, and it's Tony Stark, and he wasn't on planet.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but still,
it's the presentation. You don't show up and then tell everyone that it's just not a good look. Like, everyone accepted that Tony was as smart as he was after seeing him build this Iron Man armor and then be awesome for like 2 movies.
Well, she was the big thing from what I remember is that around the same time, like, her and Tony were both working on nanotech around the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So it was it was probably her expertise, and now Tony's as well, because the bleeding edge armor.
Yeah. It's just about image for the viewer. Like, I'm not even talking in universe. I'm talking like someone sitting there watching the films, not knowing who this woman is.
I thought that she was just cocky, and that was kind of what turns me off to her.
She came off pretty pretentious.
Yeah, and then I'll be honest with you. That was one of the times I kind of liked it. When she got bitch slapped in Infinity War. just like whoosh. There's your
Well, yeah, that's my point though. Her overconfidence seems to be her
downfall.
Her downfall. So she has flaws.
Mm-hmm.
It's just she also hasn't had that much screen time. I don't mind her as sort of as Panther's Q in a sense.
Yeah.
So
she just needs to prove her intelligence and her capability rather than tell the audience about it. Like when she starts doing a few things that really are big deals and people go, oh wow, they'll accept it better than her just going like, I'm the best. Didn't you know how smart I am? Like
yeah.
Well, I saw
like Captain Marvel's a Mary Sue. Shuri, Mary Sue's don't lose.
Yeah, and I was going to say about because it's funny because we were just talking about Captain Marvel on Bancroft's stream that that was a case of Kelly Sue DeConnick coming in and making her a Mary Sue.
Yeah, because Kelly Sue's a terrible writer.
Carol Danvers was not a bad character before that.
No, I was actually before he came in. We actually saw Warbird for a second,
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so yeah, those filthy hands. You won't touch me with those hands. Like it just dickhead Red Skull.
Yeah,
is like just this. Your kind always does, and then kick to the junk, punch to the face. Oh God, these fucking Koipel's art is so good. They're just ripping each other to shreds. I love that. This is to my knowledge the first time that the Black Panther and the Red Skull have ever fought.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm sure they've fought before. I'm sure, though. Then again, most of his stuff was all Fantastic Four. All the stuff I read with him was all Fantastic Four. So
yeah, I love how he just keeps calling him animal. Love this. You underestimated too many men and women today, counting them out because of gender and race. As much as this sickens me, I've been thinking like you lately, but I'm through. Then Falcon, because some people who have only seen the MCU aren't going to know anything about what Falcon in M616 is a mutant who can telepathically control birds, and he actually summons a bunch of them here to help Panther out for a little bit, and then the beating continues until morale improves. I told you, Skull. Bam!
Oof. That's a dislocation.
Oh, yeah. Your kind never listens. That's T'Challa.
No, that's punching a Nazi.
Yeah.
You literally punched a Nazi.
now we can find this admirable and heroic, and then the same people that fucking will watch this stream and go, look, your hero would hate you and punch you because you guys are Nazis. It's like,
your blood is going to save a lot of people, Skull. People of all kinds. So it's a wonderful story. Like if you haven't picked it up yet, like Red Zone is the shit. So
Red Zone.
All right, back to design.
Hey, is Oliver working?
No.
Because I don't want to have. I mean, as much as it was entertained me to see a gigantic man put another man into a Steiner recliner, for his sake. Oh, here we go. See, I'm working. Flats. Quick, put the colors in. Put the layers in. Quick. Hurry.
Oh, shit.
No Steiner recliner tonight. No sippy.
Oh, goodness.
What I'm doing.
Quit looking at me.
Oh, blue now.
Jeez. All right. But I'm liking where this is going so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm gonna toy with something real quick.
So what are we doing here? What's up?
So we're coming up with designs for trading cards for my comic brand.
Okay.
And I'm wanting something that's kind of simple.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just kind of looking at the margins here and making sure this is even.
Mm-hmm.
There, and it's not. So
Just pretend.
well, I want to get this done tonight. So let's see if I can shift it a little bit.
I got to just get all of our playing cards designed too. I've been meaning to do that. Get off my ass, get it done.
I got some.
I've got all the images and everything picked out and stuff. I've just got to actually do it.
Yeah, ours. I got. We pretty much settled on the 2 designs for the costumes we're gonna do, and then I got to do one more. Get one more card, and those will be ready. So.
Yeah, we were talking earlier. I was picking on Ethan a little bit
Mm-hmm.
because I don't know. Apparently, he's at a point where he's like ignoring my super chats and shit when I try to like promote 3 nights. I'm like, well, fuck, man, what did I do there? But
No. Do
So
you
I
think
picked-
this
so I
is
picked
an
on him.
accident, Maybe you think it just he missed it, or
no, I still think he's pissed at me over the whole war campaign shit. So it is what it is. That's not even either. Fuck. This is gonna drive me bonkers. But anyway, but yeah, I kind of picked on Ethan a little bit because I thought his card was like a little boring on the front.
Mhm.
Because it was just the Unforgettable Tales cover. I'm like, why not make it a little bit more special? Why not make it look a little bit better? So. So that is what I'm doing here. But I want to have this template set up so I can just adjust a couple of things.
Chat says Micah used the snap feature.
I don't know dick about Photoshop.
You don't know all the keyboard shortcuts?
No. I'm so here's the thing.
Mhm.
Back when I considered myself a YouTuber, I used Photoshop all the time, and I used Vegas all the time, and then I got away from it, and I'm like, yeah, fuck all that. I'm done.
And now you're back. Oh, shit.
No. No. I'm sorry.
I mean,
Not Doom. No. Doom fights for Doom.
He uses that as a pretense to do stuff.
I'm sorry, you're not reading the Fantastic Four comics. I don't know what Doom you've read, Ultimate Agent, but no, no.
Doom sees his people as a means to an end.
Yeah,
not
Doom is an asshole.
Yeah. He ain't like, oh, I'm going to take care of these people like they're mine.
Yeah.
No.
yeah. I mean, that's how he is with the Lavarians. You know, like he oppresses them, but he believes it's for their own good.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
Yeah.
because he's
No,
fascist.
it's because he views, he's a fascist. He views them as they're still his people. You know, he prioritizes them over everyone else, and he just feels like the state of humanity is.
Does he though?
It's best. Yeah, he believes that it's the best thing for humanity is to obey the will of Doom because they're all
So in
idiots.
his opinion, the problem is that he's a jackass, so his opinion doesn't matter.
Well, no, he's in his view, he's smarter than everyone else on the planet and knows what's better for them than they do. And
Yeah,
so
except
they need
read
to just-
smarter. So
Yeah, exactly. But he doesn't acknowledge that, you know, like, you know, that's
in reality, like I don't give a fuck what Doom. I don't give a fuck what Doom thinks about Doom. I'm not Doom. Doom's a dickhead. Fuck him.
Doom demands your respect, you know.
Doom can eat my nuts.
Do you think in Latveria there's a daily affirmation that
Oh,
like
probably.
is like, huh, now everybody remember to say your what's it in Catholicism? It's like 5 Hail Marys and
Five Hail Lord Dooms. Yeah, like it's
5 Hail Lord Dooms and
Lavarian culture is actually really, really interesting. Like, they do have moments of the day where they will like they don't pray to him, but like they they have like sort of a penance and stuff, you know, like that they have, in regards to things, they all sort of revere Doom. They consider him a hero. Like there's this amazing scene where I believe it's Captain America is going to kick fucking Doom's ass after he's had his armor and everything busted down, and a bunch of fucking like kids and shit all come in front of him in Latveria. I was like, holy shit, because to them Doom is like a hero, like
it's sort of like Darkseid on Apocalypse, and they actually they did the exact same scene in Superman the Animated Series. Superman, I am many things, Kal-El, but to these people, I am God. But no, he's a villain. Fuck him. Okay, click view, then make sure the option for snap is checked. It is. So, I don't know. That's very strange. Didn't seem to like me very much. But no, now we got the margins even. And I put a small stroke around it to kind of make it so that there's like a little bit of black around it too. I was almost thinking of putting like a Gaussian blur on the blue here, but I think that would be a bad idea. And then there's already...
You want your borders to be crisp. That's how they define things through. So,
and there's already black around the Inglewood logo, so that looks pretty good, I think. And then what I want to do, it might be too costly, but what I would like to do in ideal world is do a UV gloss.
They don't cost a lot.
Well, that's good then.
A spot UV, no? You mean?
Yeah, spot UV on Elijah there. Just do it on the front.
It's awesome.
Give me just a second. I'll find my. There we go. Primo Print. That's where I've been. A lot of people have been getting their cards from.
What's the website?
Primo Print.
Oh yeah. I was looking at them earlier.
Yeah. But here you go. Glossy UV coated.
Yeah, this is like the one thing I can't get from Mixum. So I can get everything else.
Mixum doesn't have this. Yeah. Like are you going to have print on both sides? You're going to have like on the other side?
Definitely both. But the UV will only be on the front.
Sides. Weight. Guess you want the best weight, right? So.
Yeah, would probably be a good idea.
Yeah. Okay, so.
So let's.
How many you want? You think you would need?
I only think we're gonna sell probably like maybe 200 at the best.
Okay, so let's just say 500. You'll say you print 500, right? With a UV coat. Okay, artwork. Well, artwork. Don't worry about that. UV coat, 500. 500 cards, $34.
Oof. Holy shit!
You didn't know they were that cheap, did you?
No, I did not. Eric Weathers told me they were fairly cheap, but Jesus.
Yeah. The only ones that are going to be expensive, and it's not that expensive either. The holofoils.
Yeah, that would be insane.
But even that is not terrible.
That's $34 for each card in your set. So like if you've got more than one of this card, multiply it by every
it's just gonna So for 3 nights, it's gonna be a 3 because it's 3 cards for everybody that was on the mailing list. So, but I figured what I wanted to do was to have a sleeveless template and then a sleeveless collection, so that and actually release like a sheet of all the cards that we do, and so that way people can trade them and shit like that and try to get all of them. I thought that would be a really neat little thing to do. So, because that's because just Optimus. I don't know if you'd seen these before. I'll embiggen, as Liam likes to say. I thought this was kind of boring, even though it's a beautiful cover. But I just kind of felt like just putting your logo here was boring, especially when the back looks pretty distinctive. So what I'm thinking of doing, what I want to do is power rankings.
I want to do power levels too.
I'm just trying to think of, or I'm thinking actually no, threat level would be a really cool idea. Local threat, statewide threat, countrywide threat, global threat. That would be it. That's not.
Everyone should use Liam's power scale that I built out of
It's
my
yours. I'm
orders.
not going to use it.
Yeah, because I ordered everything into essentially, I think it's like 32 points, with each 6 points being a power category from very weak to very strong. So it's like if you're like, you know, like street level, you're like 1 to 6. So if you're like peak street level, you're 6. If you go up to like world class level, you go from like 5 to 12, and it sort of goes all up to full cosmic scale, where someone that's like, you know, the size of a planet, superhuman, would be like, you know, 32 or whatever it is, 36 or whatever it is, 34. So it's like in chunks of 6, but each one's like a bracket, the category. So it's kind of like the traditional Marvel system, except we expanded out to be an actual reasonable measure across the point measure across the all your attributes and abilities. That's what I'm doing in Xenotype.
I like what Sebastian says. Street Fighter already did power ramps, and Marvel and DC did too. And like the Marvel one is infamously made fun of because they had to backtrack on it. Like Class 100 was the kind of big thing, and it's like able to lift 100 tons. But the problem is that people that they said as were able to lift only 10 tons were shown as lifting 300 at points. Like there's a point in, it's the end of the Venom as a villain arc in Michelini's writing, where he kidnaps Peter's parents. He holds, while weakened, an entire fucking Ferris wheel, keeping it from falling on Anne. And the symbiote's barely, like, just barely hanging on to him. Like, so Venom's a class 100, and yet he's only a class 10? Like, which one is it? So that was generally the problem, is, like, it wouldn't line up with that. So I'd rather have something a little bit more broad, you know, just kind of an idea of, like, what's the level of damage they could do.
Yeah,
So,
you're the opposite of me. I'm just autistic, where I'm like, hey, I'll just make sure that everything fits within the zones of. I'll build parameters and zones that match my brain, what everything's capable of, and then I'll make sure that everything adheres to that through editorial powers. Whereas you're always probably easier.
yeah, because I want to have freedom to create. You know, I don't want to box myself in. You know, because you look at the power that some characters that haven't even come out yet have in this universe, and that's global threat. You know, it gives an idea, like, these are people that could, if given the chance, could destroy the Earth. So, like Tash, for example, would be a global threat. He could destroy the planet because of how strong he is. So, oh goodness. Manny Names says, yeah, the X-Men series had the whole Omega level thing. But the problem with Omega level is, like, they rendered it useless. Because Jean Grey is this Omega level mutant and then gets killed by Zorn, who is not. And I'm like, what the fuck? Then later they retconned it that Magneto was indeed an Omega level mutant. I'm like, well, of course he is. He has control of the Omega or the fucking electromagnetic spectrum. He held off the entirety of the Avengers at one point.
And yeah, he's fat. Well, as Joseph, his clone back in the 90s, said, like, you know, he could technically just manipulate. He can manipulate the entire Earth's magnetic field from anywhere on Earth to do whatever. Like, he could just make shit fly into space. You know, he could, like, throw the planet off kilter if he chose. Like, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Which is what he did in Ultimatum, the ultimate version of himself. You know. All right, so let's do the back now. I'm actually going to save this file. I'm going to save it as a template, and then I'll save it as something else. I just don't want everybody seeing all of my files. So Optimus, what's your day been like?
Yeah, it's been a day. Nothing too special. I had, like I said earlier, had a conversation with my artist that's handling the trading cards yesterday. So we're pretty much on track with that. So we'll have an update on that soon. Saw some more colored pages, so that's coming along. Apparently, there's some more colored pages that just haven't been uploaded to the file yet.
Nice.
There's some changes being made. So,
well, no, it's good. Pharaoh's trucking along.
Oh, yeah.
How about what's your completion percentage? You think?
Let's see, there was 12 in there, and I think they said there's like 4 more. So you're about 16 pages, roughly.
Are done or left?
Done.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but you got to realize like she was doing other things before this one, so she's just now starting heavy on ours. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. And she's got to send me an invoice. I want to pay you.
Let me give you money.
Please let me give you money.
Yeah, I would imagine Preston and Oliver are happier with me now because we just sent payments. So.
Hit you.
I think so. Hatman should have gotten in touch with you. If he didn't, go yell at him. Go blame the Hatman.
Go shame him. Oh God.
What?
The boys were watching Godfrey Ho movies again.
Oh.
I think I saw earlier, like when I was looking in on y'all, that Xavier asked in the chat, where you what did you think of Godfrey Ho movies?
Oh, good Lord.
Do you know anything?
I must have missed it.
You know anything about Godfrey Ho movies?
I only know what you've told me.
Yeah, it's essentially Godfrey Ho. I mean, Xavier could explain it better than I could, but he made there was these 3 movies that were filmed with a guy named Richard Harrison, right? See, Oliver knows. He sounds yeah. And these were all ninja movies, right? And they're like out of one of those, not cool ninja movies. These were like, I must go resurrect the Golden Ninja Empire and and stuff like that. And see, but Godfrey Ho was notorious for taking that and then buying movies from like Hong Kong, unfinished ones, and then splicing all those things together. So he took 3 movies and made 38. And it was
fucking incredible.
Yeah, it was so stupid too because they would splice this shit together. Like one where he says, like, you got to find the son of the former Grand Master, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the movie that that was spliced into it had nothing to do with ninjas at all. And then the only thing that tied it together in any way was at one point, like he's talking to his new girlfriend. He goes like, "My father was a ninja." And then that was the tie-in. And then they had and then Richard Harrison had a conversation with the guy. Of course, they're not in the same room because they're in a different movie, right? So,
yeah.
And so he's like, "You must tell me how to defeat them." And it's like, he says, "I told you I give up that life." And then later on, he sends him a note with the note that came on a in a box, and inside the box was a Mickey Mouse balloon. And when you open the note, he says, "Gordon, this is how you defeat the This is how you defeat the Black Ninja and that sword. May the Force be with you."
Oh, good Lord!
Yeah. So yeah, that was maybe that's one night, something your Discord can do one night. We'll find some good Godfrey Ho movies.
Yeah,
good being
watchable.
Yeah. So yeah, can you imagine though, like a dude like Richard Harrison gets paid for 3 movies but ends up in 38? That's kind of
that's a rip.
Yeah.
He should sue. Ultimate Agent says, on a positive note, I beat Deus Ex Human Revolution's non-lethal playthrough on Give Me Deus Ex difficulty. Jesus.
Mm-hmm. I
don't have the patience for that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I did just finish Ghost of Tsushima, though.
You know who does have the patience for that, though?
Someone with
a true appreciation for Dr. Doom, and the lessons that Dr. Doom has passed down to his fans.
Nah.
Yeah, Sebastian's in chat says this guy sounds like a Stitcher working in the editing room. Funny you should say that. That's exactly what this is. Like I said, the movies literally have nothing to do with each other, and yet they still. It's like there was one called what was it called? I think it was called Ninja Commandments. And so, of course, when we were watching this together, all of us are hanging out. We started like joking around, saying it's like, okay, that's Ninja Moses.
Ah,
And and that's it's like who betrayed Ninja Moses, and so we just started throwing either people's like that's Ninja Judas, right? Now Gordon, he was always named Gordon, right? And now Gordon is Ninja. He's not Ninja Jesus. That would be too pretentious. But he was Ninja Joshua because he was like taking up Moses's mantle, and leading the ninjas into the promised land with the Golden Ninja Empire. Here, let me pull something up here. Oh yeah, and earlier when I was on Bancroft stream, Piper fell asleep.
of course you did.
Yeah, but it's funny when we went off the air. A little behind the scenes when we went off the air. I tried to wake her up, kind of like you did that one night, like Piper. Like I'm gonna Piper wake up like that. She didn't wake up immediately, but her headset fell off her head.
Oh no!
I was like, now she'll never wake up.
I just thought it was interesting that when she was on Mandy's stream earlier, she went with the blonde wig. I'm like,
Yeah,
Piper's a blonde?
what's
I have
funny?
to see this. And then
Did
I
you
saw it.
notice-
I'm like, nah.
But
No.
like while she had that blonde wig on, and I said it to her, and I noticed it when I was on Bancroft there with her. She was playing with her hair more often. It's almost like it's like the blondness, just like okay, gotta
It seeped into the skull.
yeah.
Poor Piper. All right, let's contract this. And not 13 pixels. Read enough. I think that's what I did on this other one. Yep. I'm tempted to. I'm wondering. I'm gonna do this real quick and see if it just like a basic bevel on it. 125% depth. I don't know. There's Xavier. Xavier, let me know if you want the link in, buddy.
He probably said, "I heard you were talking about ninja movies."
Is Piper still asleep? I would imagine.
Yeah.
We woke her up long enough for her to go to bed.
I was about to say it's definitely past her bedtime.
Yeah. Let's see. Here.
She actually asked me, she's like, how are you always up all night? I'm like, I am just a night owl, I guess.
All right, here you go. Let me
Alistair Folgore is heading to bed, so have a good night, Alistair. Thanks for stopping by, buddy.
You don't mind me doing a share screen.
All right. Let me you do that, I'll link. Get Xavier in here.
I knew it.
This is a regular scene in these movies. He's always on a Garfield phone. So you always think, oh, that's just one scene. No, you see he changes outfits,
And there's a ninja headband right there.
Yep. I love this one. I have to reform the Ninja Empire. Yeah, there you go. Ninja Terminator. This movie has nothing to do with being a Ninja Terminator. Oh yeah, this is funny. You'll like this. In case you were wondering if they're ninjas, they put it on the headband.
Yeah.
All the ninjas have headbands. Like here you go. Look at this one.
Nah.
Oh, and here's the normal, like the usual bad guy ninja. Just so you know, he's a bad guy. You know, he looks crazy, but he also.
You know what he reminds me of?
What's that?
Did you ever watch the early UFCs?
Yeah. Mhm.
That Keith Hackney.
Keith Hackney. Yes.
If you're coming on, then come on. That's who he looks like. He looks like Keith Hackney.
He does. Yeah. That's a good point. Okay, here's a meme.
Here's Xavier.
Hey.
Oh yeah, here you go. Here he is in a suit, talking into the Garfield thought.
I was in Diamond Ninja Force.
Is that what you're watching tonight?
Actually, tonight we were watching Bionic Ninja.
Was Richard Harrison in
Bionic.
it?
Were there any Bionics?
Actually, no.
Level of surprise 0.
What's funny is this is like we think it's technically the second, but it's the first Filmark ninja movie we've seen. Godfrey Ho had a studio called IFD, and they were across the street from his rival studio, Filmark. All his American actors had a clause in their contract saying that you're not allowed to go across the street and make movies for Filmark. So of course, a couple of them do that because what are you going to do? Not pay us our $100?
By the way, I love this cover. This just okay.
I don't remember that scene in Ninja the Protector. Godfrey Ho ninja movies, we split them up into the A plot and the B plot. The A plot is literally just white people dressed up as ninjas in colorful outfits doing strange things. And the B plot is some random Hong Kong movie that he had in his vault that he just spliced ninjas into in order to complete or make it more marketable.
Mm-hmm.
Even though the B plot is the majority of the movie, it's not important usually.
What was the one that we were watching the other week where I was describing earlier? With they had to find the son of the Grandmaster. It was the last one we watched before whatever y'all watched tonight. I can't remember.
Because the other night we watched a Zombie versus Ninja, and that was fun.
There you go, Micah. Look at this shit.
And now I make my escape.
Yes. What's funny is like they were doing like jutsus and shit like that. Like, look at this guy.
Oh yeah, he's using the ultimate technique of the Golden Ninja Warrior to.
There you go. Here's the ultimate technique of a ninja. Just juggle.
Oh, that's Ninja Commandments.
That's it. Ninja Commandments.
Oh, good lord!
It was the one we were watching where the guy was like basically adopting a new family. He picked up a kid off the street. He's like, I
know what you're talking about. And
he was like, I don't know where this kid came from, but I brought him home.
Also, he's retarded.
Yeah. And then what was it? Yeah. Oh, and then later on, there's this dude who always getting beat up by the mob. So he's like, yeah, you come hang out with me too.
Yeah.
Like, okay, now I got a brother.
That was Ninja Strike Force.
That's what it was, Ninja Strike Force. But I was telling him how that guy was supposed to be the son of the Grandmaster Ninja that could tell him how to defeat the Blood Sword or whatever.
Yeah, the Sword of Catastrophe.
Yeah, the Sword of Catastrophe. Yes. Oh yeah, Mikey, you'd love that. Like every person it kills, it gains strength. And all they did was like spray paint it red in certain segments of the sword. It just kept getting redder and redder.
Yeah, he's got to build meter.
Yeah, he's building meter.
All right. Gotta bring this back up. So here's what I'm doing so far. Got the border and stuff up, and then you can't really see it that well on there. But what I said is like, why not take the image? God, you can't see on Streamlabs at all. But if I did this.
You can't see it, but there's totally an image here.
Yeah.
So yeah, about 5%. But it's basically like a very low opacity of the same character.
Mm-hmm.
So then have the Sleeveless Comics logo here.
Mm-hmm. I like the idea of putting the sleeveless logo. But you sure you want it down at the bottom? Maybe you want it in the
Well, I thought it looked good that way because the border connects to it.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I put it up here, looks
I
kind
would
of
say
weird.
put it inside the border, like right around, like well, a little lower, but yeah.
One thing I would suggest, and maybe you've already talked about this, so maybe you've already got this sorted out. I would have the Inglewood logo on the front and then the Sleeveless Comics logo on the back with your.
Well, this is the back.
Oh, this is the back.
Yeah, I'm not down here. I think makes the most sense for me because like up here, it's like have the logo of the comic, the Saint of Inglewood, and then threat level, blah blah blah, and then have the bio here.
I would say then. Do you have a power scale system?
Threat level.
Or threat level?
Yeah, just threat level. I thought that Liam disappeared, so whenever he comes back, he comes back. But the way I put it is that I didn't like the idea of overcomplicating things, and because comics are comics, I didn't want this idea that there is a power ranking, because I feel like I just don't want to deal with it, especially like with combat skill. Well, you can get better with that over time. And I don't want to constantly have to put out new trading cards with new rankings like
Sure
like
you do.
No, I don't. I fucking hated those Marvel handbooks.
You know, like look, this is the new one. This is
No.
very better from this point.
No.
But yeah, no, I've been here the whole time. Just so you know, I was just on mute because there are people out on the street yelling. So,
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I've been here the whole time. I heard all that shit you guys said about me.
Yeah, but no, I think power rankings are kind of a mess. So I thought threat level made more of a sense because it gives you an idea of the scale in which they operate.
Right.
So for the St. Eagle, it'd be threat level local.
Then and I don't know exactly, how you're going to graphically represent that. I would say put that in the bottom left corner, and then your Sleeveless Comics logo in the bottom right corner. That way, the entire top and mid is dedicated to text, and maybe if you want to throw an extra picture in there.
Well, let's do this. We'll just put old boy here for now. And apply that. And play around with some text here. So we need to obviously change it to something we can see. Okay. So now to dive into the Well-O fonts.
Comic Sans.
No.
Come on.
No.
Yes.
Helvetica.
Papyrus.
Let's see here. Angry Green Boss is heading out for the night. So Angry Green Boss, thanks for popping in, buddy.
See you, buddy.
Ultimate Agent wants to know favorite Nicolas Cage movie? Mandy, and it ain't even close.
Favorite Nicolas Cage movie? Yes.
Yeah.
Honestly, you could. I mean, there's some. Obviously, there are bad Nicolas Cage movies, but you really couldn't go wrong with any of them because it's just Nicolas Cage being Nicolas Cage in a movie.
Con Air.
Con Air's really good too.
I was going to say that, Con Air.
The Rock for me, honestly.
Rock was good.
Just
Mandy though.
Yes, The Rock.
This is double whammy because it has him and Sean Connery.
Yes. But it's also got the weirdest take for a sex scene. Oh yeah. That is very nice. Oh,
very nice. Very good. Oh yes.
But no, Mandy is so fucking good, dude.
Yeah.
It's fucking incredible. It's a reverse horror movie. Or a reverse slasher movie in a sense.
So, guys, so you're saying that's not what normal sex is like?
Not from my experience, no.
I knew. I was just asking,
Just asking, Baka.
Well, I guess if you're Ethan Ralph, but that's because again,
He barely feels it.
yeah. I can't believe he self-doxed like that. Self-doxed his dinger. It's like, what the fuck are you doing, stupid?
There's an American Dad bit that kind of reminds me of that, and it's like, no, I don't want to have such a. Oh, is this what this is about? Yeah, sure, let's do this.
Hmm.
'Cause Roger had to have sex with the Sheik in order to get
yeah,
everybody
yeah.
home. He's like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Oh, is that what this is about? Oh, okay, sure, let's do this.
Did anyone see Oz's show last night?
No.
Mm-mm.
I had people coming in my stream telling me that Oz has had his channel struck,
Really?
but I haven't heard anything from him. He never messaged me saying my channel was struck. Anything? I don't know if it's true or not.
No,
There was no
last one I
stream up for
saw.
last night, so
The last one I saw was Risey so drunk that they thought he was going to die.
Okay.
And that's kind of where I
Holy
left it.
shit. Holy shit.
Can you
Yeah.
while you're searching through fonts, is there any way you could put threat and level on two different levels there, or two different lines?
We'll play around with that. The font is kind of the first thing for me. I've got to have something. I have so many of these damn things.
Go back one. That one.
I like that one.
Okay, so hacked. We'll keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And of course, there's always Comic Sans. I'm just saying.
I already scrolled past of it. Not going back.
Just type it in, man. Come on. Chat, press 1 for Comic Sans. Let's see if anybody does it. If the chat's good, they won't do it, right? They'll just be like,
Yeah.
no.
Plateau Wars here.
So is Blue Samurai Zero. Hello. Oh, got Genghis Khan said 1. Okay, where we got 1. That's why.
That one's not bad.
Changus, you're grounded.
Yeah, that's why nobody should believe you anything you say about Rodimus Prime. No simpy.
There's a vote for Papyrus, so 2.
Nah.
Making headway here. Mike is like, how do I get any work done with friends like these?
I know, right?
Always messing with me. You always do wingdings.
Why is it not scrolling past me?
Can you imagine doing wingdings on a trading card?
Oh, good lord.
Yeah, you have to decrypt it.
Yeah, do a decryption.
Well, the problem is that if I did it, like every decryption would be, I fucked your mom.
Actually, that would be kind of a fun bonus if you have.
That or Cab is gay.
I would find that, to be honest.
Somebody actually like messaged me. They're like, "Look out, Micah!" When it came, like, because Cab said something like, "Oh, I'm gonna propose to Piper," and so the guy's like, "Oh, Micah's got to be worried." Then I'm like, "Why? Cab's gay."
Yeah, Cab's gay. It's a marriage of convenience, if anything. It's not.
I was about to say, like, does Piper really want to be a beard? I don't think so.
Yeah, Cab's got his own beard. You don't need.
Exactly.
Kat is also the kind of person like, I sent Piper a dick pic. She said it was nice. Then she sent one back. I'm like, nice.
Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh boy.
Send Hikaru's.
Oh no. Slightly bent and.
So this girl sent me a dick pic back. I'm like, nice.
I remember we were talking about that on the stream with her, and she's like, 3 out of 10. I'm like, oh!
Big. Oof. Got him. Fuck.
That one.
That one was cool. The one before that. What do you just. Yeah.
I like this.
That looks pretty cool, too. That one and the one you did right before that one?
Can you bold that real quick?
Mega bold.
Does it let me?
Extra bold.
Medium
Control
slanted.
Control B.
I'm working Photoshop. Oh, fuck.
He doesn't know the shortcuts. He's not Davis.
Strong kind of bolds it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I dig it.
Yeah, it looks like something that would have.
It looks like something that would be on a what do you call it, like a teletype?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
yeah.
And I liked Xavier's idea of having it being 2 lines.
Gangsta font.
Then I would see if you can adjust the size of level by itself. See if you can line up so they get kind of more squared, more flush.
Let's do this then. Ah,
He doesn't need. I told you, he doesn't know shortcuts. He's
no,
not-
I really don't.
We gotta teach you the shortcuts, get you some skulls.
yeah, got to get your skulls and maybe a katana in the background somewhere.
I think I'll pass on that.
Come here. You're like, come here. Yeah. I like that. That was cool. Treat level. Sorry, that was what I know Gangsta Fun exists.
It's what the logo for Inglewood might as well be. No, actually that the Inglewood, this logo, this was Armand's design.
Oh.
We spent like an afternoon just looking at old rap covers, like Cypress Hill, Ghetto Boys, stuff like that I used to listen to back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And that this is because I'm like that's the feel that I want for it, and you know,
Yeah. Sebastian also says, is the threat level numerical or categorical?
categorical.
Okay. So it would be like A, B kind of thing?
Well, no, it's basically local, statewide, countrywide, global,
Oh. Gotcha.
or intercontinental,
Mm-hmm.
and then global.
It's like a One Punch Man disaster levels.
Yeah. Only not cryptic fucking naming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dragon or whatever. Tiger.
Yeah, I
Tiger,
hate it.
Dragon, and Demon, and
I,
God.
I love how Saitama's like, this is confusing. Like, why do they
Yeah.
use the system?
Yeah. None of this makes sense.
He's not wrong, although I did think it was funny when we learned that there are S-class heroes that are legitimate forces to be dealt with, and they don't seem like it. Like the watchdog guy, the guy in the dog suit.
Yeah.
That guy's fucking badass.
Yeah, it's funny. Like the higher class guys are pretty badass. It's just that Saitama is so far above the rest of them.
Well, he's as strong as the Hulk, at least. You know?
Yeah. I mean, the guy, he got punched to the moon and then jumped off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like
A lot of people don't understand how fucking ridiculous comic book strong is.
yeah.
Like, the Hulk has literally held a black hole in his hand.
Mm-hmm. And don't forget the mountain that he supported on his back.
Yep, that was during Secret Wars, and he didn't do it. Wasn't that hard.
Mm-mm.
And then he did, as the Gray Hulk, he shattered an asteroid that was double the size of Earth.
Yep.
With one shot.
And then they did. I don't know if you remember, like a few years ago. Well, quite a few years ago now. They did like stories around the Secret War, like like kind of like more interpersonal stories during Secret War,
Mhm.
and they actually talked about showing like when other heroes, like Ben Grimm and She-Hulk, tried to like help the Hulk, and it was too heavy. They said it just wasn't. They didn't noticeably do anything, but it actually was hurting them.
Yeah.
And the only way they could keep the Hulk like going is just they kept insulting him.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, a lot of people really don't understand how fucking strong the Hulk is.
Yep.
And MCU Hulk doesn't even come close to touching his strength.
Not close.
He's never really had to. I mean, the biggest feat of strength he did was when he fought that dude in Ragnarok, because that was thing he fought, the big fire monster, was basically a cosmic entity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Surtur. Yeah.
Yeah.
Big monster.
But big monster. I like that.
God!
That was like a funny moment in that movie. He was just like, he's like, Hulk, but big monster. He's like, come on.
I gotta do this.
I've always wanted, personally, I wish they could have worked the differences with Ed Norton out. I think he would have made a better Bruce Banner. But,
Agreed. Okay, I don't like this font for the actual level.
I think Mark.
Yeah, you might
Ruffalo,
want to change it to something else on that.
Mark Ruffalo had his moments, but I agree.
This needs to be in all caps as well.
Mm-hmm. You think about threat levels. Earlier we were talking about Street Fighter. I could just see, when you talk about threat levels, it's like threat level, Akuma, a threat level, yes.
I want to, and I don't know if this has ever happened. I want to see Akuma versus Sagat.
Oh, like a canonical fight?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be actually cool. I know, canonically, we know he's fought.
Nah, there's no way. Like, Sakuma would just completely fucking destroy Sagat, man. Sagat is cool, but fucking Akuma's the mystic level, the level of mystic shit that Akuma has going on over the top of Sagat. Sagat's got a few little things, but they're just so minor.
He was actually, canonically, Sagat stood up to evil Ryu, so.
Yeah.
Fair enough, I suppose. If you can stand up to
Sagat, it's all skill.
Can we?
He's so goddamn skilled.
Can we get a color on the on that font?
Yeah, I plan on turning it red here in a sec. I want to get the font. Well, you're right. Giving the font a color first is probably a good idea. We'll put it like that for now.
Yeah,
I'm gonna fuck around with it later, but Sagat is so. If I recall correctly, canonically speaking, the first time that Ryu and Sagat fought is the only time Ryu's ever beaten him.
Mm-hmm. And it was by accident, really.
It was because he used the Dark Hado.
Yeah.
And then, apparently later on, Ryu used it against him again and then lost.
Yeah, well, I think if how the story went was that Sagat and Ryu, when they were fighting, Sagat for the first time showed pity.
Mm-hmm.
Because he had basically beat Ryu so badly, he was kind of feeling bad about it.
Yeah. Did he reach out a hand like, "Hey, come on, man, let's
come on, it's time to hang it up, buddy. You've done you held out longer than most, so got my respect." And then Ryu tapped into the Dark Hado and pulled that
cheap
dragon
shot
punch.
at him.
Yeah, he pulled that dragon punch, and that was pretty much.
Yeah, so in reality, the Dark Hado makes you a cheap bitch.
I remember when the USA Street Fighter cartoon adapted that.
Oh God, it was so bad.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you have scarred me
for life.
I like how he knew immediately it was for life. He's like, "You have scarred me for life."
Go back one. One more.
The kind of digital looking one.
Yeah.
That would be like I said, that will still go with that kind of teletype type thing,
Oliver, what do you think?
Unless you could find that government type face from 1950s documents.
Yeah.
Maybe a stencil like font. I don't know.
Okay. Something to consider.
Yeah.
A stencil but painted on spray printed.
Oh.
Almost like a stamp.
Yeah,
Not a bad idea. I might have something like that.
Keep it street. Keep it urban.
So, Sebastian says, "You fools, Dan Hibiki is the most powerful SF character. Akuma wouldn't stand a chance." I just love the fact that, I think it was when Death Battle did their Dan versus Mr. Satan.
Yeah.
And Dan actually tapped into the Dark Hado. He was about to do the Raging Demon and tripped.
Yes. And then he has the Otoko Michi.
Yeah.
Which is a kamikaze move.
You know how many times I used to do that just to fuck around in
Dude, I love that in Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter.
Yeah. It's basically a reversed Raging Demon.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dan. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Canonically, Dan did that too because he tried to do it to Sakura because he got too angry and he actually tapped into the Dark Hado. He was going to do the Raging Demon and
and they tripped.
Yeah. So I guess since Dan is going to be in this season, I guess canonically he was not killed by Sagat anymore, right?
Yeah.
Because I know that was originally the thing that Sagat killed him.
Dan, I thought you were dead. I was, but I got better.
I walked it off.
It's funny how Dan just started out. He was just a joke character because they wanted to
parody art of fighting. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't actually have a stencil font. Holy fuck. All right, let me save my progress real quick.
You make fun of Ryo Sakazaki, but Ryo's cool, and he's best friends with Robert Garcia.
He's the first person to beat Geese Howard.
Yep, and he's also done a lot of, and canonically, not the King of Fighters lore, but canonically, he's done some cool shit in that universe.
And in
he was an MMA champion later on. Yeah.
And in the Art of Fighting anime, it's established that part of his martial arts style is he never wears shoes, ever.
Yeah.
Don't wear shoes.
Okay, let me check.
He must hate Terry then, because Terry's just wearing sneakers. It's like,
Terry's the best though.
I love Terry. Terry's like one of mine.
So
I think about every time I think about Terry Bogard, I think about when me and my boys used to play No Mercy, WWE No Mercy, and I went and made like an almost perfect Terry and Andy, right?
nice.
And I said, it was kind of like those things. Like I'm bringing them over, putting them on my card. It's like my tag team can take out anybody.
I would say Take Cover might be a good one, but let's see if there's one that does that, but the letters are kind of like misaligned a little bit, like the squares are up and down.
I like this one, Old Stamper too.
Old Stamper's good. Yeah. Restricted Area looks cool.
This is kind of what you were thinking.
Oh yeah, Top Secret. Yeah. Because it's kind of like misaligned a little bit on that.
Mm-hmm. Keep looking through here.
Sorry, I just like the name Army Buster. Army Buster.
Let's let us some of this shit. Liam, I thought it was kind of hilarious. You and I have the exact same laptop.
Yeah, Liam.
Yeah, I'm pretty much just a shorter clone of Micah. It's
Liam, I was going to ask you, what was that with that tweet you made earlier today where you said "F my life" and it was like the computers were gone or something? What was that?
Yeah. Well, I went down to buy a new computer after everything that happened, and the local computer store has no computers.
Oh wow. Okay. I mean,
that's a story of my life. That's what I was like. Fuck my life. Like I thought, fuck it, I'll buy a new one. I'll walk down, I'll just buy a new computer. This ain't gonna stop me. And then I got there and I was like, nope. I was like, I just thought, fuck my life.
Immediate.
My life is a great comedy of errors. Everyone should know.
Steiner.
Wait,
Oh my god, no simping! Oh, I'm thinking about it. I'm seriously, I might just download it to download it.
Yeah, just get it to get it. Yeah,
This one's interesting. Hood Army stencil.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, Hood Army stencil looks cool. Yeah.
They had the Married with Children font on the previous page.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Street.
Thin Street looks cool.
It's a little too distorted for my liking.
A little too distorted, but okay.
Yeah.
This one's not bad.
Yeah.
Because it needs to look like a stamp.
Yeah.
This one ain't bad either.
Royal Rumble. Oh, I like that no safety zone. If it would have that would be kind of
cool. No simpy zone.
Yeah, no simpy. Freedom Fighters. That was from the game.
Yep,
I remember that game. I like that game.
That
Street Stencil. Yeah.
I don't know. Might come back to that.
It would be cool if it had if it did it and had like a stamp border.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. European War.
I like this one, Doc 51.
Xavier, keep these in mind. We might need these for a project later on.
The MASH.
Mashed.
But that's just the MASH, like the exact from
that's
right from the show, so I can't use
Yeah.
that.
What works?
I like this one.
Yeah.
City stencil.
Yeah.
It's literally a city, though, if you look close at it.
Oh, okay.
So,
Quebec stamp.
ooh, this is really good.
Oh yeah, that's probably close to what you want. It's like got a slight border around it, not.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The Drama Army, huh?
We know some folks like that.
Nyuk, nyuk, wink, wink. Say no more.
Yeah. Who names all of these fonts? I don't know.
This ain't bad. It's too much of that around it, though.
Yeah, it's too dark. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Stencil of Destiny. That's very pretentious, isn't it? Like,
Yes, it is.
Vicious stencil.
Mm,
President Gas.
Urbana. That's too bad.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
By the way, I went to a wedding today. I forgot to mention that.
Oh yeah, it was your sister's, wasn't it?
Yep, my baby sister. So all my sisters are hitched now.
Malameister.
And you did tell the new husband those
Now,
things.
Micah. I know
Oh
you-
yeah, I
you-
told him specifically. I go take care of my sister, and he goes, "I will," and I'm like, "Because you don't want to have to deal with me." And his dad just goes, "Yeah, you better take care of her. He might kill you." Ooh, I like this one. None shall pass.
You will take care of my sister. Okay, maybe I didn't make myself clear.
Right.
But yeah, it was a. We basically just did like a really small service, and then we're gonna do like a big shindig later once this whole COVID thing blows over.
Shipment.
Not really feeling it.
Like I said, the one I'm digging so far was that one that still had a slight little outline on it, you know.
I love the title of this one. Kill the hippies.
Kill the hippies.
Oh yes. If it was called Kill the Commies, I'd like it even more.
Mm-hmm. Send that to Commie Mark.
Oh, good lord.
Volkov. Holy shit. There was an underrated wrestler for you. Nikolai Volkov.
Dollar store stencil. Oh, goodness. All right. I think I've got a good selection.
Yeah.
Got a ton of these, actually. Again, with that dude playing that fucking bass. Or just getting, like, music that, or something that just makes his subwoofers go blah, 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 blah.
That's okay. Every day, I want to say around 4 p.m. while I'm on the phones taking calls, the ice cream truck drives by my strip house. Every day. And my upstairs neighbors is always fucking hammering on something. Like at least once a week, he hammers something. And I know he's hammering because I know where the bedroom is, and that ain't coming from there.
Nah.
I always love those people who have like sound systems in their vehicle and they don't have proper insulation. So it's just rattling everything.
I love that when that happens, it doesn't matter what genre of music you're listening to, it always sounds the same to everyone outside your car.
Yep. My mom is like really big into, sound like that. My thing is like if the radio works, I'm good. But she's really big into sound, and so she had like subwoofers and things like that. And she would embarrass some folks around here. Like they think they have something bad. She put on like some freaking Hank Williams Jr. and outbass them.
Nah.
That's got to be embarrassing for somebody. Like you're hearing "Country Boy Can't Survive" and it's outbassing your rap song.
Oh, I love it.
I agree.
I'm just gonna leave that there for a minute.
Yeah, we'll let that marinate for a little while.
Yeah, otherwise I had a pretty alright day. Dude.
You had work?
Yep, did tacos for dinner.
Nice.
Got some work done on the Sky Pirate story I'm working on. I'm almost ready to do the outline for it.
Nice.
Finally finished to name my characters.
my biggest problem that I was having is like almost all of my writing for next year's finished, and then out of nowhere I get the bug and create another character.
Oh, when you made
Yeah, the one I haven't revealed publicly yet, but
yeah, I'm gonna say the name. Yeah, okay. I get what you're talking about.
So you don't want too many ongoing franchises. Every now and again, it's good to do a one-shot story.
Yeah.
Well, I've got one of those planned with my vampire book.
Yeah, Xavier got scolded today.
What'd you do?
Well, not really scolded. It was just like, you know, in Peregrine, the robot that gets its head knocked off.
Yeah.
Well, the thing was, it was like, we were kind of throwaway on it until Farrah made it look so awesome with the color and everything. So Xavier is like, kind of, it's like very, very, very back burner. It's not even back burner. It's not even in the pot yet.
Right.
We're not even cooking.
Yeah, I have the kernel of an idea, like two sentences.
And so one of the trading cards we're looking at design, it involves like, one of those robots getting busted up because we think, it fits the theme of the book, her training, blah, blah, blah. But, and then he made a comment and it's like, I still want to do that. One of those robots is going to get a story. And then Piper comes in and it's like, why is the robot getting a story? Are the drones getting a story too? What did she say? It was something else.
We have way too much material already.
Yeah. It's like,
because I've got a document that's got 15 fully developed heroes that are ready to go if I need them.
Yeah.
And I can always make more. Literally, Piper told me to stop making characters.
Nah.
If other people could make characters.
Yeah. Well, it was because like the reason he made so many was because we kind of needed them to fill in spots.
For
what we're currently doing. I mean, I've got one that I've got to fully develop, like write it down and everything. I've actually got two. One is Peregrine's mother. So that's getting a full takedown essentially. And then there's the other character that I'm developing who will play a big important role later on. So, it's just trying to stay in Xavier's framework that, I'm trying,
which
it works. Don't get me wrong. It's just, got to remember to do it.
And I've tried my best to make it easy enough.
Yeah.
It's
oh goodness.
For dubstep, the dubstep gun was hilarious and good. Just fire it at people and they start dancing.
Oh yeah. Okay, got all the fonts installed.
Nice. Oh hell, I was still got this down here.
I have mixed feelings about dubstep because dubstep was largely garbage, but every now and again you would find that one song where it worked, and I think it was where they didn't go from like 130 BPM to 30 BPM and then back. They just used the noises. Okay, I got to get into that.
The anime guy, Ruby Fat podcast host. Jesus. Micah was wondering if you looked at the last email I sent you on my superhero team. If you want to reply and critique on or off podcast, completely up to you. I did get it. I looked through it. I'm going to look through it again later. And I'll give you my thoughts. I did. I will say, like, it gave me a very, and this is just right out of the gate. It gave me a Starjammers vibe.
Oh,
which is a good thing because I like the Starjammers.
Yeah. Just don't name one of your characters Chode. I still kick it. I'm thinking like maybe at that point they didn't realize what a Chode was. Now it's like
this is just this funny word my uncle used to say.
Okay, so here's the first stencil.
Okay.
In fact, let me I'm digging.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like it. Can you rotate it a little bit?
You're asking him to do things.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can put local.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
What the
no.
fuck?
Oh boy.
Oh.
I'm screaming inside my head.
You switched fonts on me.
Oh no.
Oh boy. Do it again?
Broke it.
He says he doesn't know who the Starjammers are.
Oh.
That's interesting.
So should we do a breakdown of who the Starjammers are real quick?
Yeah, you might as well while I fix this up.
Starjammers, oh hell.
Cyclops' dad.
Yeah, Cyclops' dad, who everybody thought was dead, wasn't really dead. He went to space and
Got him some poon.
some space skunk poon.
And became like a badass space pirate.
We're fucked.
We're fuck.
Threat level, we're fucked.
But no, yeah, so Cyclops' dad, who was Corsair, name was Corsair, that was his code name.
Yeah.
He basically formed a group of space pirates. And they were, just different people he basically ran across, and they like joined his crew, and very I mean, I guess it's like like another family for him, essentially. That's the best way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, look them up. I was recommend finding I think it's the Marvel Wiki.
Mhm.
That would be the best place to look for
Um,
them. Micah did not pay anything and got scammed by fonts.
I know, right?
I thought you were doing a thing with that T, and then the rest of it being a different font. I'm like, I was kind of digging it.
No, it just like shit the bed on me out of nowhere. It's weird. Like I have to.
It does the first letter and then.
Yeah, I have to like go in, change the font, and then change it back, and then it's perfectly fine. So
Yeah.
whatever.
It's weird.
Yeah.
I
I mean, there's two reasons for that. Either the program's messed up or it's user error some way or shape or form.
somewhere.
Yeah.
So
Somebody fucked up somewhere. I'm looking at you.
When he says he's looking at you, he's pointing at a mirror. He did.
Always pointing in the mirror.
I remember my friend. He used to do this thing where he would those like people who, somehow girls get before they fight they'll be like, I heard what you said, like that.
Oh yeah.
My friend, he used to do the perfect impression of that. He would go like, he'd walk up to us, like we two of us there. He's like, I heard what you said. And he pointed to the other guy, I heard what you said too.
So I'm not sure if I should put the logo of the comic on front and back.
I don't see the need to put it on both sides.
No, only one side. Only one side.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. So let's just do this then. Make this a little bit bigger.
Picking up what you're putting down here.
I don't want to do this font though. It has to be a font that will go for any character, not just the Saint of Inglewood.
Yeah. Kind of a more standard kind of font.
Yeah. The fuck is this Bebe's Kids font?
It's you're not wrong.
Are you going to have like a little bio? Or
Yeah, exactly. His bio is going to be on the back.
thousands of years ago in the future, there was a man named Elijah.
Thousands of years ago, before the dawn of Christian Slater.
Oh, Lord. I forgot he existed.
Yeah, very good. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Keep it in mind. Keep it in mind.
Yeah. So courier is an option. Somebody write that down. Though I like courier new more than courier. Well, either or. Making it look like a digital file.
Comic Sans.
No, no, and no.
Oliver, how's your campaign going?
Halfway there.
Nice.
Nice.
Whoa, living on a prayer?
Take my hand. We'll make it, I swear.
But no, halfway there is not bad. I mean, how long has it been open? Only a few days?
Yep. Since Wednesday. We launched it on Wednesday.
Yeah, that's good progress, man.
Yeah, you're doing better than that the homeboy you came in today. Like, I'm people on Facebook.
You're sounding really muffled, Optimus.
What?
I was doing it on purpose.
Back off.
Anyway, what were you saying?
I said he's doing better than that guy who came up today and it's like, I was talking to friends on Facebook and they said Comicsgate doesn't like diversity.
Yeah, I just saw that and I'm like, bitch, please.
Yeah. I was like, dude, if you're trying to court the Comicsgate audience, you're doing it the wrong way.
Well, no, it's like, yeah, about that.
Yeah.
I'm kind of the guy who made Inglewood. So
that's what I said, and when I was on Bancroft stream, I was like, yeah, I'm literally holding Inglewood in my hands right now, and with its African American protagonist,
Based on what I read of that guy's tweets, he already made his money over on Kickstarter, and I think he came over to Indiegogo and poked Comicsgate with a stick to try and prove that we're not that big a deal.
Not that I think he was trying to say. I think he was trying to prove that you're not against diversity by backing my book, and that was the wrong way to. And then after that, he was trying to instead of talking about his book, he started trying to do a dick measuring contest. I wrote books about how to write comic books. I was like,
cool story, bro.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
Cool. How much do your comic books sell for, and what have you even published before in the past?
What
Exactly.
a story, Mark.
Well, see, one thing. I mean,
I
there's
don't know
two
anything about this guy. This shit interests me. We're mentioning it just now. Tell me the story of this. Enlighten me.
Okay,
So
well,
how much did he make on Kickstarter? That's what I'm curious about.
Yeah.
I think it was about $6,000, something like that.
I can't remember the figure.
It was it's called Peerless. That was the name of his book. But anyway, huh?
Fearless?
Peerless, yeah. P.
Just check Piper's feed. You'll find the guy.
Yeah. Chick Piper's feed. She was busting
Well, that's not what I'm interested in the money part. So hold on.
Stand by me. Yank it up.
See, Optimistic says right. He says use Comic Sans, Michael.
Nope. Okay. So is this it? Yes. Okay, hold on. Hold on 1 second. We're gonna do a thing. Just trying to find how much he made. Okay. So we're going to do a compare and contrast. And this is going to be fun. At least I think it's going to be fun.
Okay, I got the guy's at. I can send that to you.
I think
So here's him on Kickstarter. I'm flexing.
Okay.
You gotta let me flex.
nuts are being
Here
flexed
it is.
right now, so we gotta.
So 228 backers pledged 6,599 to help bring this project to life.
What was he selling the book for?
About actually close to what I did for Inglewood. Close to what I did. Oh no! Oh no! Son of the bitch!
Uh-oh.
Oh no! Oh boy! Oh spaghetti!
Now, I don't know you, dude. I don't know you. Maybe you're watching this and you're thinking, how dare these guys? I broke books. Mate, let me just say something loud and clear. We need creators that are really going to fucking put effort in to make good product and not people that are going to go around swinging their dicks. And if you're going to swing your dick, make sure you swing it where you're going to win. You're not going to win here at Comicsgate.
Well, I'm just gonna say this. I'll just say this to the guy. Mine's bigger than yours.
Yeah, that's it. You know, it doesn't feel good, does it, mate? Now imagine all of those people that don't have YouTube channels that you sort of swung on, you know, like fucking, they're feeling just like you right now as we laugh at your, and you know, I'm not even going to bring up my campaign. Let's not even bring up my campaign. You can go look up that yourself when this gets to you. You can learn some fucking humility and do your work and keep your fucking mouth shut, man. Like calling us racists and shit, man. Not on.
Like I said, if the whole point was like he should have said like, you know, hey, I was inquiring about Comicsgate on Facebook, and these people said y'all are against diversity. What's up with that? And like just ask the question. Would have been a much better way to approach that than fucking saying like, you know, my Facebook friend says y'all are against diversity. I'm like,
Stop talking to Kwanzaa.
Do you remember when the guy from Disturbed, quote unquote, joined Gamergate?
Oh God!
And then tried to turn us into his private army.
Draymond, David Draymond.
Yeah.
Like, man, stick to yelling into a microphone. Don't.
This kind of feels like that.
You have one day to. What is it? You have one day to denounce anti-Semitism. It's like.
Yeah, because the guy that replaced Jon Stewart on the Daily Show, like, I don't even know who that guy.
Trevor Noah?
Yeah, that guy.
Oh.
I haven't thought about him in so fucking long because he's just so irrelevant.
Well, yeah, I'm about to say, kind of like most of Comedy Central's viewership.
Except for South Park, yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny how I forgot who it was. Somebody said, and I think it's a good point. You notice how some of these late night talk show people are not funny once you take their audience away from them. It just doesn't. Because usually when you laugh at something, it's because you got in the queue to laugh.
Yeah,
it's like Big Bang Theory.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I love those Big Bang edits. It's like Big Bang Theory, but only one guy's laughing. So a joke is told, and all of a sudden you hear just one guy going, ha 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 ha.
I was shocked when they did like a full 10 minutes of Big Bang Theory with no laugh track. I'm like, this just isn't funny.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about this font.
Mm-hmm.
Yay or nay?
I'm liking it. If, like I said, if you're going for a standard font for all your cards.
I think that the problem is that I feel like there should be a character logo there.
Do you have a logo?
Let me do something.
Like the Spider-Man trading cards, no? They have that graffiti.
You could put. You know what I would do? I would put the Saints. His thing is the cross, right?
Yeah.
Could you if you have the cross, like as a PNG, couldn't you wouldn't it be cool to put in the background and faded?
Yeah.
I got an idea actually.
You'll need a color for the font that really pops, just to keep it, make sure it stays readable.
Mm-hmm.
I have an idea, but anyway, what you were saying?
What was I saying?
Oh.
Yeah, that guy. Kind of reminds me of the Damon Draven shit. He came in and thought he was gonna fucking.
Well, he started off cool, and then he started like somebody mentioned something about anti-Semitism, and he said, "Y'all have, Gamergate has one day to prove that they're not anti-Semitic." I'm like, I got proof. This shit prove you. Fuck off.
Gamergate, take the pledge.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of felt a little bad for him though, because like there were people that were like sending him like pictures of the Holocaust and shit that were GGers. I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
Well, you know why they were doing. They were trying to be edgelords. But
Cunt rags.
pretty much, we know who those types were.
And that's the shit, hey. Like those guys, like the pros ones that think they're fucking hardcore, think they're edgy boys. It's like, fuck me. You guys are like literally the 14-year-olds that were like rocking around, fucking going, look at we're Dark Lords, while the rest of the cool kids are like going like, you fucking are weirdo losers. Stay away from my punk scene. Go away. Go back and ride your bikes. Go back and ride your fucking bikes. You idiots. No fucking intelligence. No wit.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. I need a snack.
Do. Oh goodness! Forgot how painstakingly long design can be. People wonder why I hire people to do things.
I wish I could afford to hire people to do things for me. I have so much work that would actually.
Somebody I hired is in here. You do know that, right?
I imagine his work is done because you're not yelling at him.
Well, he's working on it right now, actually.
Oliver's over here like, way to go, Xavier. Shut the fuck up next time.
Yes, I am working.
You working over there, Oliver? Yup, I'm working.
Fang is a bitch. I'm working.
Yeah, I'm told the flatting process takes the longest.
Yeah, man. Why people hire flatters.
I'm looking to just kind of throw something together here to kind of give an idea of what this is going to look like. Now that I think about it, this isn't going to work though for all of the cards, so that's going to have to be thrown out. Oh wait! I've got an idea. Let me find a better typeface, but what we're going to do.
Whoops.
I'm going to do statistics. So name, alias, find a different font face for it.
Do you think you have enough room on there for a picture of him outside of his costume?
Not really.
At least a headshot?
I wish. Might do a different one, like with a different front with the same back. That's Elijah without the costume. Because there's so many images from the first book that I could use that would make great trading cards.
Yeah, we've still got to sort those out.
And yeah, I'm kind of liking the idea of using like a digital type for this. Yeah, and let's just take this down a little bit. About, I think 11 point maybe. Yeah. It's name, alias, eight. Bio. And then that down there. Just put the Saint. I'm going to be calling him in the future. 6 feet. 4 inches. Oh, damn it.
Could put it in centimeters to make it a huge number.
Yeah.
So all the kids,
I could put it in metric now that I think about it.
Yeah, all the kids are going to be learning metric starting next year.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's see how it looks. So feet to centimeters. Actually, let's do this. Let's do inches to centimeters. So 6'4" is 76 inches. So height 193.04 centimeters. Weight weighs 240 pounds. And biography.
So I called in a favor with Bennett the Sage, right? And he shared out Xenotype and Crossroads for me, right? Over his Twitter.
Mhm.
He said he might give me a shout out on one of his videos. We'll see. And I got 200 upvotes because of that. That's the most I've gotten from fucking anyone or anything so far. So I think that goes to show that if you can hit your target markets, you get much larger responses than if you just hit a broad market. But other than that, like the PewDiePie army is still going strong, but bolstering the stuff out of our search results. I had Oz say to him, he said, Liam, if it's judged by the judges, like, who cares about your rating? I was like, I think you've colossally underestimated my ego. Like, I need to win the popular vote too, just on principle, like I've got to win everything.
If Bennett the Sage owes you some favors, see if you can make him do Megazone 23 on Anime Abandoned finally.
Okay, I'll ask him. I'll be back in a minute. I'm going to go to the bathroom.
For a second, I thought I was going to say, I'm going to go talk to Bennett real quick about it.
Okay.
No, we're not that close. Like, I've just been watching his show for a long time. He knows me. We've talked about old retro anime a fair bit over the years. Like, it's not like, anything like we're not personal buddies or nothing, Just, I'll be back.
So here's the front.
Right.
Mhm.
Here's the back.
I think that'll definitely look better when you get that faded symbol in the back, if that's the way you want to go.
Well, let's play with that opacity a little bit. Let's try 10%. Because the problem is that on StreamYards, everything is too dark.
Mm-hmm.
You can kind of see it now.
A wee bit, yeah.
Yes, barely.
There we go. Now you can see it.
How would do you think it would look better if the text was the same color as the blue border?
Oh, that's a good question. Let's do a thing.
It seems like there's too much white there, and we need to break that up with some kind of color.
The problem that we run into is that with 3 Nites, the color would be probably red.
So
And if you did it in red, it would clash, I think, a little bit too much.
I'm so autistic that while you've been doing that, I've been doing this. I'm going to build a competitive card game while we sit here, right?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So that's what I've been doing just while I've been sitting here in the quiet, because there's all shit going on all over the street right now, so it's not like I can talk a lot.
See, I kind of sort of already designed a competitive card game for Comics Gate. There's some kinks to be worked out of it, and I'd have to get everybody willing to put in some cards for their sets, so that you could actually build decks and have tournaments around it, and there'd be a meta and shit.
Yeah, I like this a lot more.
Brad.
Now, should I do this? It's not a bad idea.
Could always change the color of name, alias, weight, height, and bio.
True.
Could always go monochrome with either green or orange, since it's a black background.
Let me think here. I don't like it. Where'd Optimus go?
Say he had to go get a snack. So
That's right.
Off to the donut dimension.
Delicious.
By the end of next week, I've got to have a treatment written up for one of our next projects. Already got the outline done last week, and I'm trying to get them into a system where they tell me what they need and when they want it by, and then I do that, as opposed to just get it to us whenever, because then it never gets done.
Use green?
Felix has wants to know if you guys can back.
Ugh. That's a big negative bueno.
You tried in the monochrome orange? Because old monochrome monitors were black and green and black and orange.
Failure by Winning says I would change the name of the font, alias, etc. to label to match the threat level font. They kind of clash with each other as is. We could try that and see how it looks.
Probably be a lot easier to color them if they're stamped like that.
That's true. What was the font on this again? Carton. Yep. I actually like what it did there. Just the first letter.
Let me have a look. Where?
Hold on. Let me do them. Let me do them all first.
You are getting rid of all these underlines, right? Like,
well, that's just Photoshop selecting the layer. Give me a second.
Right. And A. H W. Now the dog's playing.
Okay. Hmm. Not liking it.
I like where it's going. I think it might be better if the rest of the letters were a different font than they were now.
Yeah. And Carton is not working for some reason. So let me try this.
Oh, there they are.
Oh, wow, that didn't work at all.
Been in here the whole damn time. The damn.
The fuck is with this font, man? I guess it only works with certain letters. Fucking hell. Well, maybe we could try a different stencil font that I downloaded.
But that's what my list of things to do is outline for my Sky Pirates book, the treatment for our submarine book, and finally do the outline for that other book that we've talked about on Graded before.
Mm-hmm.
The one about the presidents.
Ah, yes. Where they go and save Caleb.
Yep.
Oh, goodness. Oh, good lord, that looks terrible. Okay. Maybe? Come back to that. Micah paid for nothing and got scammed by the fonts again. I know, right?
Fucking got him.
So I haven't talked much about Ghost of Tsushima, have I?
Nope.
Well, I have to say, after it was finished, very much worth my $60. I imagine that the team who worked on it watched every fucking Kurosawa film that exists. Because that is certainly what it feels like. What about that one?
Maybe.
It's a little thick, but
Just having a look. Can you zoom back the font you're using there now on the top?
give me a sec.
Yeah.
I want to tamper with it just a little bit real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. I think it's a step in the right direction.
I think that it's better than having the big letters through. I think you should put, if it's possible, having height and weight on a single line would probably be a good idea.
It'd be too crammed.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking. If it's smaller or not, I don't know how big that'll come off on the back of the card.
Yeah, it wouldn't look good.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like G.I. Joe 5 cards in my mind is what's now. And as I look at this, I'm like, how would it look? How you doing, Noxie? How you doing? I'm happy to see you too, little dude. You're a good boy. Hope. Get out of here. Oh, it was
Let me switch all of these to the same font real quick so we can get a good look at it. Because this and Wetworks are the ones that I'm thinking. So this is the WC Wonderbach. The only problem I have with it is it's a little messy. So if we zoom out,
You probably want to.
this almost looks like an M.
Yeah, you probably want to avoid a messy font because just think how it's going to look when it's printed.
Exactly. So let's try. Here's Wetworks. That's a little better. You can tell it's an N. I'm going to take the blending off of it. There we go. Zoom out a bit. Oh yeah, I like that a lot more. You gotta do bio as well though, so. Where you at? Okay. So this is what it would look like. Now, if you wanted to see what it's going to look like to the eye when it's printed, that's about right. Yeah, it's readable. The threat level looks pretty good. I don't know about the red, though.
Darker red, like a maroon, or
Or maybe not red at all. Maybe just let's experiment a little bit. So let's say we do this. Let's say we just put it white. Nah, because that's not how you would stamp it. I've got an idea.
do yellow.
Now watch this. Now it looks like a stamp.
Can you zoom in?
Okay.
I like that a lot more.
My head just tells me that's just too much white to just break it up somewhere. But yeah, that's just me.
So that's one thing. Let's we can play around with the color a bit more.
Liam, what are your thoughts? Yes.
Oh, that looks a lot better too.
Asking me my opinion? Me not having to give it unsolicited? Is this backwards world?
Well, if you
You were probably going to give it anyway. We figured
you
might as well
want
ask
to
you first.
your opinion
What
for
are
you.
you asking me about? Yeah, no, I'm just joking around. What are you asking about specifically?
The color of the threat level down here.
It's perfect as red, like a big red bloody stamp. Leave it. That's great.
Yeah, I like the way that I switched it around. It looks more stamp-like. But
Yeah, definitely. It looks like a bloody stamp. It looks almost like cops, I like that.
Yeah, exactly.
What about the rest of it?
Okay, so for people in the chat, because we got 18 people still watching, for those of you who are still able to type, what do you think? Really digging the stamp look. It might be worth color coding the threat levels. I'd reserve red for the highest level, personally. Not a bad idea.
Okay. You have 5 levels, right?
Yeah.
Red, orange, yellow, blue, and green.
I'll have to think about it.
Or the if you do that, would it go blue, green, yellow, or
The only problem is that it's a stamp. Stamps are usually like only like one color, and they don't really make like yellow or green ink, really. Not for an official document, which is what I want this to look like. I'll have to mull around on that one. I'll have to think about that, sleep on it. But either way, I mean, it's a cool looking trading card.
Yeah.
I think it's a good template. Because the gimmick is supposed to be that the United States government, like, this is how they classify it, these particular characters. And then there's like different trading cards that we can have, for different characters. So I plan, there's going to be, as of right now, for 3 nights, there's 3 that I need to make. And if we hit, I don't even remember the amount. I think it's 30,000. No, 40,000. If we hit 40,000, then there's 2 more that get added in.
nice.
Yeah, Sean Cullen makes a point here. Only red really works against black. It's very true.
Okay, I got it. We'll play with the border color. If you've got your different threat levels, each has their own color code to it. It's still stamped in red for their official stamp, but their threat level color is the border color.
I can think about it. I don't know. It's, again, the color clashing is the problem. Not to mention, with the way that this text is formatted, it's going to be a pain in the fucking dick to get the border a different color than everything else. So, I'll look into it. I'm going to leave it this way just for now.
It looks good as a stamp. Just boom, local threat, local, douche. If you want to make this look more like a government thing, I would do something like classification number, so some sort of serial number, something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
And it might solve a bit of your problem here, but see how you've got name, alias, pop back for a second. See how you've got like name, alias, and all of that shit up the top? Shrink that down and put a tiny headshot on the right corner, like a mug shot.
Yeah,
in that same space. And then you've got a nice little...
If I wasn't doing this stuff in the background, I would definitely do that.
Oh, I didn't see there was anything in the background. Yeah.
Yep.
There's also government documents all use like the same font.
Yeah, exactly. So it would have to be formatted a little differently. But no, I like this. It's definitely a good look.
I mean, I had to play with that font a lot. I had to research much. Like, I had to read through a bunch of old classified documents from the 50s just to get the formatting right, so I could do some reconstruction materials that then never got finished.
Whew, goodness.
We still have them, and one day those are going to go out, and it's going to be very exciting. It just I did all that work. And I worked for several days to make it seem like this was an actual declassified document.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hold on.
I think Optimus got lost on those way back.
All right. There we go. Okay. So good stuff. Yeah, I think it's just a good format. I think it's going to work really well. So for those of you who are in the chat, that if you back or those of you watching this on replay, because it is really late, if you back this book or you back the Second Chance of Inglewood, this is the trading card you will get if we hit $3,000. So, or $2,000 rather. So, which I don't think will be very hard. But I want to get it to like, my goal is to like every person who regularly watches my channel to have the copy of that fucking book, so that way I could do like a read along with it, because I haven't been able to do that yet, because I don't want to spoil it for anybody.
I need a synonym for. Am I muted?
What?
For what?
No, I'm not muted. Cool. I said I need a synonym for focused. What's another word for focused?
Well,
Preferably short. I thought there's concentration. That's not really good. I mean, sometimes it's better. It's on the tip of my tongue and I don't use Google. Honed. Yeah, that's not a bad one. Scene. What else we got?
Give me a minute.
I'm trying to think of like mental states where you go from like fragile will to determined. I'm trying to think of like the spectrum of emotions between there. So, like a ladder. Pinned, concentrated, steeled. Ooh, steeled's
Fixated.
not bad. Green's on top, but fixated's okay. Bit too hard for what I'm. Bit hardcore for what I'm still early on. Steeled isn't too bad. Steeled's probably a little bit too good for it to be what I want it to be. Pinned is interesting. I've never heard of pinned before. I have to. Sorry, guys. I'm asking nerdy thing.
you're good. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way,
Steady's pretty good. I'll go with steady. Earnest, intense, maybe intense. I'll think about it. I'll shut up and stop saying my thoughts out loud. Optimus is back.
is he?
Or maybe he's just silent.
Yeah, he said he was going to get food, and then he hasn't reappeared.
He's got to go out in the backwoods and kill those people that keeps running around out there. So it takes a while. Sometimes they get sneaking, climb up trees and shit.
All right, which Crusader should I pull up here? Let's do everybody's favorite. Everybody loves Dietrich.
I don't know their names yet, and the first time I read the sample pages when I backed the book, I haven't looked at it again until the trailers. I'm kind of holding off until the book comes out. Kind of like when you sent me the digital PDF to go along with my physical book. I'm like, no, I'll wait for the book to arrive.
Yeah, I feel you. before we close out this stream, we need to play the Mandy version.
That was pretty funny.
Oliver, have you seen that yet?
What is it?
The Mandy version of the 3 Nights, 4 Days trailer.
No.
Oh, it's hilarious. Okay. So, pictures, logos. Oh, I can never remember where anything is in my freaking computer. I almost have too much more art than I know what to deal with now. It's crazy. As I'll put this back up. Not what I wanted. There we go. I think it's a pretty good shot for a card. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Looks awesome. I mean, I did color it.
Oh, yeah. So you're a little biased.
Yeah. It's good. It's good.
He's a little stretched out. There we go. Now he's back to his normal self.
Maybe remove the background, though.
Yeah, I'll probably clean this up a bit, but this is just like the template.
Mm-hmm. It works.
The thing that I would actually a little bit more worried about, actually, I think it looks fine just as it is, except for, see down on your actual logo, how you got that little bar where it says Micah Curtis's?
Yeah.
That's going to be too small to print. And it sort of goes at a weird angle. Like, you might need to, I might actually suggest, like, have the frame come up and go around so that it's kind of like different to the others for the 3 Nights one. So there's like a little black chunk behind it.
What do you mean?
We'll see right now how it goes through into the back of the image. Like, I might just put an extra, I can't show it with the mouse, but like, see from like where the cross is to where the line is, like fill that with black. So it covers the picture behind it and brings it all forward.
Oh, like a giant board, like a giant black box around it?
Behind it, behind the letters, just in the background there, or it goes through to see where like his belly button is to bring it forward.
So
either that or I would remove the line that says Micah Curtis, because otherwise it's going to get lost.
Yeah, because like this is what big ol'.
Yeah, well, lower than that, lower than I'd have it stop at the red line, but yeah. That's not right.
Yeah, it just looks ugly.
Yeah. Well, that's the risk. So it might be an idea.
So yeah, let's get rid of that.
Just trim off the Micah Curtis maybe. You kind of want it because it's sort of like part of the thing. It's just difficult because it looks really good, but how it goes.
Ah,
Well,
We're getting it all wrong. Getting all the parts wrong.
nope, I ain't either.
you just clipped a bit of a.
Yeah.
This is never easy. Nothing is
No.
ever easy.
I should have asked Bob for a version without it.
Do you have the logo in layers or something?
Oh, come on. Man, is
Photoshop is not agreeing with you.
clearly not.
With you. Yeah.
This is why I am not an artist. Or like anything of the sort. And I need to trim it out of here. I said deleted. I also need to get rid of that. That ought to do it.
Sean says people asking impatiently about when their books are fulfilled. Need to watch this shit. Designing isn't pretty.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's part of the reason I do it. It's like people think that I just sit around and like get fat all day. That's only part of my day. So part of it I work. Yeah, that looks a lot cleaner, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where you could see the individual pixels, that kind of reminds me of when growing up in the 90s and 2000s. You've seen all those the first digital artworks coming out.
Yeah.
Then going into MS Paint and trying to figure out how they did that. So I just draw it a dot at a time. Like I zoomed in on this digital, like, how do they do this? It's impossible. Red, and put a darker red, then a slightly darker than that red here, but then you need to go lighter red here. Like, ah!
What is the color that I used here? Just copy this. Now, the few things that I do make in Photoshop makes this a lot easier, because I can just come in here, go into blending options, go color overlay, just paste this in. And then just do some old switcheroonies. So name. Problem is Dietrich's name's a little long. So let me just shrink it down a little bit. Let's try 9.5. There we go. And the Saint, obviously not. So Dietrich actually does not have an alias. So not applicable.
Did he have a title?
Sir. He's a knight. But alias Sir doesn't really sound good. So. No, the only one of the three knights that actually has a who has a nickname is Sir Roger, because he was known as the Lion of the Desert. Captain Curls says, Micah, do we have a date set for the Inglewood Second Chance campaign? If you just came in, Captain Curls, I actually just showed off what the trading card is going to look like for that campaign for when we do it. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks we're going to launch it. Now that Three Nights is in demand, I mean, basically it's at the point we've made. I think we're going to see a second wave of money coming in whenever Vinny finishes the cover that he's working on for me. But we've got our first, we're paying the artists. The artists are working. Like Oliver down below is actually doing the flats right now.
Not anymore.
Now what are you doing?
I'm just sitting here.
Oh. Don't make me break out the Steiner recliner, Oliver.
Just happy to be here.
Yeah, man, just watching you. What's your Photoshop skills are?
Skills.
I might learn something.
But you ain't gonna learn shit from me. But anyway, we're just waiting on Brian and Armand to finish the new cover, and then we'll launch it. So yeah, it'll probably be a couple weeks from now is when it's gonna go up. So not an exact date, but we're getting there. Okay, so Dietrich, I had him at like 6'8", if I recall correctly. Well, now we got to do some scale. Because, dear God, Preston made him a giant.
Yeah, I saw that, man. Jesus.
So just so people can see it, for those who have not seen the new pages Preston just finished, Preston was actually in here at the start of stream working on even more. So...
Did he show off previews?
No, he's just getting started. So, So he'll probably have 3 or 4 by like Tuesday. So how freaking fast that dude works. So,
yeah.
But anyway, so let me go into my penciled pages folder. So this is where Dietrich shows up, where you see him compared to everyone else.
Boom.
I might have to go back to my concept documents. It's been a while since I've even looked at these. It's been a while since I've even had to. Blah, 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 blah. 3 nights contracts. That's not what I need to show everybody. Concept and outline. Okay. So, blah, 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 blah. Oh wow, I didn't put it in here. I think 6'7" is appropriate because I would say Sabrina here is about like I would say she's probably about like 5'4". So yeah, that looks about right because Roger's supposed to be about 6 feet. So
put the next page. That's awesome.
God, Preston's monster design is so fucking good, man. I can't wait to see you color this either. Like, it's gonna look gorgeous. I have faith.
Yeah.
Have you already devised how you're going to approach it?
Not yet, man. I'm just fighting first, then I'll just look at the lighting, or what is that, like the fog, right? They're coming out of the fog.
Yeah, it's the fog, and then I think originally this was like several panels, and he's just like, oh fuck it, I'm gonna make it like a half fucking splash.
Yeah,
so
it's effective, man.
Oh yeah, much better idea than what I had, that's for sure. But then again, that's something about Preston's art style that I admire.
Mm-hmm.
That's sort of my weakness as well, as like where I see several panels, he sees one big one, but just structured differently.
Yeah.
So, though this is kind of reminiscent of how I did One Page in Inglewood. where I had a similar idea.
Oh, okay.
And that's my favorite page from Inglewood too. All right, so 6'7". "79 inches. "200.66 centimeters. Chimanelli. Weight, like making him a good 260. Sounds about right. Hmm. I think that looks really good. I think the one thing I'm debating is whether or not on this layer back here, if I should trim outside of the border here near the bleed. Why not kilos? Because technically speaking, these are made by Americans. So I may end up switching it to inches.
You could weigh them in stones.
Nah.
I've actually got to go to bed.
Yep, it is getting pretty late.
Yeah, same here.
Well, gents, thanks for stopping by. You know, you guys are always welcome.
Thank you, man.
So go get some rest and then back to work.
Yeah, tomorrow morning.
Yep. I'll catch you guys later.
Later, man. Bye.
I'm calling it a night. You have a good night.
All right. Later, Xavier. So me, Liam, and then I think Optimus is somewhere.
Yeah, I'm here. I was just doing some PayPal stuff.
Oh,
So
fun.
this is my current progress. Where am I? Share screen. Application window. Where am I? I'm still working on it. I still got to get everything cleaned up now that I can sort of transparent layer everything on there so that it's working.
I'm going to post this in my group with Oliver and Preston so that he can see that. But Optimus is not back yet. I'm debating on whether or not we should show the Mandy trailer.
Well, we're offline, aren't we?
No, we're still broadcasting.
Oh, whoops. I assumed that you were ending it up because everyone was on their way out. So that's all good. How many people are still with us?
Just 19.
Hello, 19 people.
And it's 3 a.m, so I understand why.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna end up deleting the stream anyway, but I just figured, why not? So let's watch this. This is hilarious. I think because Optimus has already seen it. I think I'm sharing audio. No, I'm not. Hold on. There we go.
In the year 1188,
Like what?
3 crusaders returned to England after the siege of Jerusalem, expecting respite,
You know, obviously you want to spotlight the main character like this.
but the devil had other plans.
He does.
The fire feels quite nice, actually.
And you guys are over here so much. I was like, what?
Are you certain this strategy of ours is going to work?
He can't get it. So you guys don't have to worry about that.
To be truthful, brother, that's why I had them barricade their doors and board up their windows.
It's sad.
We are 3 men against a horde.
They're not usually dicks though, right? I'm Mandy and I like meat, y'all.
Micah Curtis presents
Yes.
a horror comic like no other.
But there should be something else happening.
A 44-page full-colour graphic novel from the creators of Englewood, Dock Salem and Battle Brick Road.
If somebody can pull it up,
Illustrations by Preston Acevedo.
that's exactly what I wanted to say.
Colours by Oliver Lee Arce.
Why come none of y'all want to hear my voice on your trailer?
Lettering by Eric Weathers.
Ain't nobody asked me to do their trailer voiceover. I don't feel like I need to read this book.
Micah Curtis's 3 Nights, 4 Days. Available now on Indiegogo.
We should watch the Peregrine trailer because it is awesome and I no longer talk during it. So
I found that hilarious.
Every time I went to interrupt or say something, Mandy beat me to it. Feel like I've been dethroned, I guess. I don't know. Feel small, guys. Feel small. Like a tiny orange koala. Yeah, that's what I am. A little orange koala. Look at me.
I think this format's going to work, man. I think it's a good look. It's simple yet effective. So I think I'm going to save these. I'll show them to Preston and Hatman. See what they think.
I'm going between so many tabs and I have to keep muting myself each time so there's not a huge amount of noise. But yes, it's good.
All right, so for those of you in the chat, if you have backed 3 Nights, 4 Days already, and you were on the mailing list, unless we make some changes or changes are needed here, this is basically what you're looking at for your trading, one of your trading cards, the 3 you're going to get. You're going to get Dietrich here, you're going to get Sir Roger, and you're going to get Sir John as well. So, and that was part of the, part of what I wanted to make so exclusive for the mailing list is that you're getting the trading cards of the lead freaking characters, So, and then for those of you, if we get, if Inglewood is the second chance campaign is successful, we make a few grand on it. We're going to do a trading card for that as well for everybody. And let me bring that one up real quick. Come on. It's not wanting to work.
Nothing wants to work. Don't you see that I'm an orange koala? Don't you see what that means? See how it's just sitting there? Causing problems for people like some sort of creature from World War II. Metal
Yeah, but there's always a way around it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Sunlight.
So this is the of the Inglewood card. This is what the front will look like, and then the back. So I like this. I think that it's a good format. That way, anytime you see it, you know it's from Sleeveless Comics. So, people saying don't delete the stream. All right, I'll leave it up. Let people watch it on replay. But I think since Optimus has not returned yet, I'm going to go ahead and bring an end to it. This was actually an interesting look into kind of how the design of these things go. So I will send these off to Hatman and to Preston to look at, see what he thinks. I'll send the Inglewood one to the Inglewood team and see what they think too. So fun times all around. So before we go, a couple of things. Just a few books to mention. If you have not already, please back 3 Nights, 4 Days. We're at 20,420 with 351 backers. Campaign went fantastic. I'm very happy with it. You know, excuse me, my stomach's being a little wonky. But we'd still like to go even further with it. You know, I can't wait to get that Vinny Tartamella cover in. But the next stretch goal that we have is 30K, where everybody's going to get 3 buttons, each one with the trademark helmets of each of the knights. And those would be a nice little addition as well. So, and then since Liam is here and still talking, Xenotype Volume 1 is still in demand. He's got 617 backers. Let's try to get him to 620 if you're watching the replay of this.
Today. I got an extra backer. I was 616 just before I went on the stream. So if it's one of you guys, thank you. I guess I can now announce, since I got to my Magic 617 secret tier, that I'm going to be releasing the Xenotype spin-off. You know, there'll be Xenotype for everyone. You know,
there you go.
Yeah, Xenotype. It's happening.
And then finally, because Optimus is somewhere else, we're going to make fun of him, but still promote the book. Peregrine Wings of the Falcon. They are almost at $47,000. So if somebody's got $50, send it their way. Get yourself a book. A lot of great covers to choose from. Though my personal favorite is, well, it's a tie between the original and the Preston Acevedo cover. Preston, of course, is my artist for 3 Nights, 4 Days. There is actually a buy all 3 covers. Yes, all 3 covers here. If you want to get all 3, I ended up getting the original and the Preston cover. So, and then if you want the painting, it's $3,000. It can be yours. It's about what Preston's paintings go for. So calling him the Comicsgate Frazetta is an understatement. He is so fucking talented. So, and this just looks like a phenomenal book. But on top of all that, if you back the book, you get a piece of Inglewood for free too. And we will be doing this crossover. This poster was so freaking popular, it spawned a crossover comic that I finished writing 2 weeks ago. Piper's edited it. Now we're just waiting for Hatman to edit for spelling mistakes and stuff. So the credits list is going to be interesting because it's going to go written by Micah Curtis, then whoever the artist and colorist are, and inker possibly, then edited by, and it's going to be Piper and Hatman. And then Peregrine created by da-da-da-da-da-da. Saint of Inglewood created by Micah Curtis. I love this poster. I really do. I can't wait to frame it in my apartment. I swear, Liam, like the crossover comic I wrote is of all the comics I've written, it's one of the ones that or just stories in my entire life. It's one of the most proud I've been whenever I finished it.
Well, that's good. That's good. That means that you know that you did your best. There's nothing that you'd want to change, and that's good. That's sort of the best thing that you can sort of do. That's sort of the best experience you can get from being a writer, other than I don't know, seeing someone happy reading your work, which is great. Speaking of which, you guys, if you're still looking for something to do tonight, we can have a bit of a fun time, and we're wrapping up. They're on my Twitter, which is at RetroBoy1983. If you're not already following me, if you go into that and you go back a few tweets of mine, you'll find that I've tweeted out some guys called I think it's Altaku or something like that. Like they're reviewing Xenotype, and they're reviewing. Oh no, actually, they review Crossroads Drive. And that's a pretty good video. They go over the other entries that are in the Tezuka contest, and yeah, they're you can do that if you're looking for some time to kill. Pretty good guys. They don't have a huge channel, but if you're into anime and stuff like that, then definitely go give those guys a stick your head in on. Say hi, leave a comment, hit like, subscribe, all that stuff.
Yeah, and if you guys haven't read Crossroads Strive and Pursuit, Xenotype Pursuit yet, you should. Like they're both great. Pursuit especially.
Yeah, thank you.
Is
free. They're free. Why wouldn't you read them? If you love comic books, you love manga, give it a look. See what I can do. See that I'm not all tall.
Yep. Sean Collins says, did you have to join the mailing list before it went live? Well, the mailing list goes bye-bye when your campaign goes live. So all of those emails that we gathered at that point in time, then that's what we got. So yes, if you were on that mailing list, that file that Hatman has, then yeah, you're going to get the 3 trading cards, and the Dietrich one will be one of them. So all right, folks. Thank you all so much for watching. Again, back these amazing campaigns, especially 3 nights, 4 days, because it's mine. But thanks so much for watching. Y'all have yourself a great night. Or morning, depending on your perspective.